present. Secretary of War Hegseth says President Trump could have crippled the entire Iranian economy in a matter of minutes, but chose mercy when he agreed to the 2-week ceasefire and their negotiations. The War Secretary's take is echoed by Vice President Vance.
What the President has also shown is that we still have clear military, diplomatic, and maybe most importantly, we have extraordinary economic leverage. So the President has told us not to use those tools. He's told us to come to the negotiating table, but if the Iranians don't do the exact same thing, they're going to find out that the President of the United States is not one to mess around.
One key aspect of the ceasefire is Iran agreeing to allow ships to pass peacefully through the Strait of Hormuz. And also this morning, President Trump says the U.S. will be working with Iran to dig up enriched uranium buried by last summer's airstrikes. And Mr. Trump, while not mentioning China or Russia by name, threatens punishing tariffs against any nation that tries to rearm Iran during the ceasefire. Israel says the ceasefire is not stopping it from attacking terrorist targets held by Iranian proxies in Lebanon.
The State National News Agency of Lebanon reports that a series of Israeli strikes hit several areas in central Beirut Wednesday without warning. It was not immediately clear what was targeted, but several of the strikes were in busy commercial locations. Since the outbreak of the latest Israel-Hezbollah war on March 2nd, Israel has regularly struck southern and eastern Lebanon and Beirut's southern suburbs, but rarely in the center of Beirut. There was no immediate report on the number of casualties. Bernie Bennett reporting.
Georgia's 14th congressional district seat will stay in GOP hands. Clay Fuller has won a special runoff election to fill the seat vacated by Marjorie Taylor Greene. Watching Wall Street, Dow futures are up 1,239 points. The NASDAQ futures ahead 842 points. More on these stories, townhall.com.
The following is a real-life story from Trinity Debt Management.
I had a lot of credit card debt, and it stressed me out. But what I thought was a solution turned out to be a problem. I kept hearing ads about debt settlement that seemed too good to be true. And actually, it was. When I called, they told me to stop paying my bills. That didn't sound right to me at all, so I hung up. Later, I found out that debt settlement is bad, real bad. Then I learned that there is a right way to pay off your credit cards. It's called a debt management program from the great team at Trinity. Trinity had a plan. In the end, I paid off my bills, I saved thousands, and I even improved my credit score.
If credit card debt has you down, call Trinity at 1-800-990-6976.
My name is Heather. Please forget debt settlement and remember Trinity Debt Management.
1-800-990-6976.
Communist China is hosting a prominent Taiwanese politician.
Taiwan opposition leader Cheng Li-wen is heading to Beijing at the invitation of President Xi Jinping in what she calls a journey for peace, as Beijing calls for the self-ruled island to come under its control. The visit is the first by a Taiwanese opposition leader in a decade and comes ahead of a meeting in Beijing between Xi and President Donald Trump, scheduled to take place in May. Before leaving Taipei, the chairwoman of the Kuomintang told reporters that Taiwan must spare no effort to prevent war and seize an opportunity to promote peace. I'm Charles de Ledesma.
South Korea's military says it detected North Korea firing several short-range ballistic missiles toward the sea earlier today. North Korea has launched missiles on 2 consecutive days. The latest launches came hours after a senior North Korean official issued a statement ridiculing South Korean hopes for closer ties. News and analysis, townhall.com. 2 prominent women's basketball coaches are hoping to change the narrative after a spirited and very public falling out.
South Carolina women's basketball coach Dawn Staley says it's time to move past her Final Four skirmish with UConn coach Gino Auriemma that became the talk of the tournament. Staley released a statement on South Carolina's X account on Tuesday in which she expressed her respect for Auriemma and said the two have spoken since South Carolina's 62-48 Final Four victory Friday. Staley says, quote, "One moment doesn't define a career," end quote. Auriemma released a statement on Tuesday night again apologizing and hoping to shift the focus on growing women's basketball. I'm Gethin Coolbaugh.
Travelers will soon face restrictions on how many portable chargers they can carry on a flight. Airlines concerned about lithium battery fires aboard their planes. More on these stories, townhall.com.
In the wide, wide world of sports is going on here.
I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man on this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number. I leave it on and then I slumber. I hear the rhythm ringing through it. Flamenco guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. Let's have a listen. What does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican radio.
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning, one and all. Welcome to Mornings with Mike Winters. I am he. That would be me, Mike Winters. Happy Wednesday, everybody. Yes, we made it to the smack dab middle of the week. Kind of different this week again. I mean, today it's not supposed to rain, but I guess we got a little more rain last night. I don't remember hearing or seeing or feeling rain, but when I left for work this morning and everything, it looked like we got some more rain overnight, at least based on the puddle situation. It kind of looked like that, like we had, like I got on the main street and right there by my, kind of north end of town there, right, country club area. I was kind of getting home Main around there, and I was seeing a lot of like puddles and things, running water. So I was like, okay, well, it must have got some kind of moisture last night. I don't know, but it definitely feels a little cooler out there this morning. But yeah, today's our day of no rain, allegedly. We're supposed to just be sunny and 82 today, but tomorrow and into the weekend we got rain chances. So it's kind of different. I'm liking it. I'm not complaining. No complaints here, but just feels kind of different. So yesterday was a weird day anyway. I mean, aside from, the president and saying it was a very ominous feeling day yesterday with the basically the ultimatum the president put out yesterday, and then of course the ceasefire at the last minute there that was announced last night about 5-6 o'clock our time, probably I think it was about 4 or 5 o'clock our time, and it was just one of those days. I'm like, what's going on? Because it was. And everyone was talking about on the radio. I mean, that was pretty much the subject of discussion on all the national talk shows yesterday. So, yeah, it was just kind of one of those weird days. And then with the weather, it's just like, it's just everything feels different today. So it kind of feels a little like that this morning. But it's kind of going into the normal, I guess. But, yeah, it was just a weird day yesterday, too. And then I don't know. It was just the flow, and then I've been doing a lot of doctor's appointments and everything, and so I kind of good news that I had my colonoscopy. I had I guess it was a week ago or 2 weeks ago, whenever that was, and I had my follow up on that yesterday, and I got the clean bill of health there, so we're good. Apparently, I'm a polyp producing fool, so I got to go back like every year to go check out again. But they find a bunch, but they're all non-cancerous, clean, good ones. So good report there yesterday, but just I'm having a slurry of just because I had to go to the hospital and everything, and so now once you hit your 50s, they want to check everything out. So now I'm getting the heart checked out, getting and the matter of fact, yesterday was the colonoscopy follow-up. The day before that, I was getting the ultrasound on the kidneys and all that area, bladder and all that stuff. So, so we're getting the I guess the 100,000-mile warranty checkup right now. So just a series of all doctors and stuff. So it's just been a weird time for me in the middle of all that. So yesterday was just one of those days. So today, bound and determined to make it feel more normal today here, focusing on more normal things. Although last night, and this is where as my social media searching goes. So last night, I predominantly hang out, Facebook, mostly for kind of local stuff, just kind of keeping tabs on the things happening around town. That's kind of, I find that to be the best place to do that kind of thing. And I'll pull back the curtain, in all fairness, if I probably wasn't what I do for a living, I probably wouldn't be on social media at all, because quite frankly, most of it annoys me. But, it kind of being a morning show host, you kind of gotta be a little plugged in at least. And so I have my Facebook, and then I use my X Twitter. Now X Twitter is more for just the big picture. Like you don't really, like, if I want to know what's happening around town, Twitter ain't the place I'm going to find it. That's more Facebook or X. But if you want to get, and I follow a lot of sports stuff, because like if I want to get the latest on NFL stuff or whatever, usually that's where I go with X and all that. And so like last night I was getting on Twitter X before bedtime, just looking, which I probably not healthy, but we all do these things. And so I was there scrolling, and all I was seeing was, I guess, now I have not seen this story in any mainstreamy type, which is probably makes sense, but there's a lot of smoke on Twitter, which makes me say, well, there's probably some kind of truth to this if there's multiple reports talking about this, but this is not something the NFL is going to be like, oh, hey, let's put that out there. But apparently there is a little Jerry Springer salacious adultery-esque type stuff going on in NFL things. There is a reporter. I believe she works for ESPN now. I think she's currently with ESPN. Her name is Diana Rossini, I believe. She's one of the ESPN beat reporters for the NFL. She goes and interviews coaches and gets the scoop on. She's like a low tier Adam Schefter type deal. She's one of those sports folks. But anyway, she works for ESPN. She apparently there was some photos of her. Last week the NFL coaches and GMs, and they had all their NFL meetings in Arizona, and that's where they take like their big coaches picture, and they have their it's kind of an annual to do. Matter of fact, they start to publicize that a little bit more. I think what's his name goes and does his show down there and all that, and McAfee and all that. But anyway, so they were in Arizona last week or week before doing all that. Well, apparently some photos from that weekend, whatever, popped up where Diana Rossini, the beat reporter for ESPN, was like hanging out with the head coach of the New England Patriots, Vrabel. And they were just very flirty, very holding hands, very huggy, which I guess is fine, except the problem is Mike Vrabel's married, and so is Diana Rossini to other people. Like, I think Diana's husband is like some executive for Shake Shack, and Mike Vrabel has a wife too. So, yeah, but there was pictures cropping up on, and so I'm just like, what? And so this morning it's there was a few more up there, but I'm like, is this going to blow up into the mainstream, or is this just going to stay swept? And knowing NFL, it's probably going to stay swept under there. But, I mean, man, the fact that you don't see that often, like an NFL head coach, and now, alleged affair with a ESPN beat report. I mean, I'm sure these things happen because they all run in these circles and things, they're on the road together. I mean, the environment's there. I'm just saying. But it rarely gets out in the public. But I'm curious to see if that one gets some legs, because I mean those are some pretty big names as far as in that world. If you're an NFL fan, you know who Mike Vrabel is, and you probably know who Diana Rossini is as well too. So I'm kind of curious to see if that gets some legs on that one. And the NFL is known to kind of keep things under the under a light there a little bit. I remember back when Washington was still the Redskins. This was I think early 2000s. It's when Chris Cooley was their tight end. Chris Cooley was a big name tight end for the Washington Redskins, and one of the big rules in in their world is the players are not allowed to fraternize with the cheerleaders. If your team has the cheerleaders, they're not allowed to fraternize. They're not allowed to date. They're not allowed to, do these things. Well, Chris Cooley was dating one of the Redskin cheerleaders. And now, generally speaking, NFL cheerleaders aren't, they get paid very little, if anything. It's more for the honor of being the cheerleader. They have a grueling work schedule. They get hardly any money at all to do it. They get the notoriety of being a cheerleader for an NFL franchise, and maybe use this as a springboard for other dancing or whatever opportunities. But so Chris Cooley started dating the cheerleader, and that's a frowned upon thing. Now, who's going to get more in trouble? The cheerleader that nobody knows, that's not really an impact on the franchise, or your first string starting tight end, Pro Bowl tight end? Needless to say, the cheerleader no longer became the cheerleader for the Redskins. But pull back the curtain, Cooley did marry her. I don't know if they're still married, but they ended up getting married and all that. But yeah, so back to the Vrabel thing. I wouldn't be surprised. These things happen in the NFL all the time. So I believe my guest is here. I heard some doors opening and closing, so let's get the show going. We do have a full slate for you for today's show. Peggy Bowen with Camp Invention going to join us here in just a few minutes. We passed the March deadline for taking advantage of savings here, but you still got time to sign up. Matter of fact, you're running out of time. Camp is going to be June 1st through the 6th here, but once the camp is full, the camp is full, and so let's getting in sooner rather than later. But Peggy's going to join us here in just a few minutes, give us an update on Camp Invention. In the 8 o'clock hour, about 8:15, we're going to replay our interview yesterday. Doug Weiser with the Walker Aviation Museum joined us, had a great conversation with him. We're going to play that for you here in the 8 o'clock hour. And then Gary Thrine with the Roswell Chamber of Commerce will join us in the 9 o'clock hour, give us an update on events and things, ribbon cuttings and grand openings and all the things they've got on their plate over at the Roswell Chamber of Commerce. Plus, we'll have all of your newses of the local and national variety, Wall Street business updates, and whatever else, sports, whatever else we can come up with for today's show. Hey, I want to invite you out to the Pearson Auditorium Saturday, April 18th. The Roswell Symphony Orchestra and Dr. John Farrer, music director, presents Ravel and Tchaikovsky, Saturday, April 18th, 7:30 p.m. at the Pearson Auditorium there on the beautiful New Mexico Military Institute campus there. It's going to be a great evening of music featuring Von Clipburn, piano competition bronze medal winner Evron Ozel as well. Tickets are on sale right now. You can log on to the Roswell Symphony Orchestra's website. That is roswellsymphonyorchestra.org. Get your tickets there. Again, that's Ravel and Tchaikovsky, Saturday, April 18th, 7:30 p.m. at the Pearson Auditorium. Don't miss it. Get your tickets there. And while you're at the website, be on the lookout for upcoming shows. And when they unveil the new season and you want to get a sneak peek at all that, that's where you go to get all that, get in first on season tickets and all that stuff too there. But going to be another great show, April 18th with the Roswell Symphony Orchestra. All right, it is 18 minutes after 7. We're going to pause here for a weather update, which, like I said, no rain today, but back with some rain chances tomorrow and into the weekend.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. A little bit breezy today. We have high pressure over the area, sunshine, and we're going up to about 80. Overnight will be clear with upper 40s, and then mostly sunny Thursday, at least in the morning. We do have a very slight chance of an afternoon shower. Mid-80s on the high, a little bit better chance of rain coming in on Friday, scattered showers, and low 80s. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton, and that's your latest forecast.
Thank you, Steve. Currently 45 degrees here in Roswell. Humidity is at 97% with southeast winds at 5 miles per hour. For today, expect sunny skies and a high of 82 degrees. Winds will be out of the south, 5 to 15 miles per hour. Skies will be clear tonight with an overnight low of 48 degrees. South winds 5 to 15 miles per hour. Thursday, there's a 20% chance at afternoon showers, otherwise sunny and 86. South winds 5 to 15 miles per hour. Thursday night, clear skies, overnight low 51. South winds 10 to 15 miles per hour. Friday, a 40% chance at afternoon showers and thunderstorms. Otherwise, sunny and 82. South winds 5 to 15 miles per hour. Our chance of rain bumps up to 60% for Friday night. They say could be into the early evening and then after midnight as well, too. Mostly cloudy with an overnight low of 55 degrees. Saturday, we're looking at a 70% chance of showers. Mostly cloudy with a high of 78. 30% chance of rain Saturday night. Mostly cloudy, 52 for an overnight low. Sunday, a 20% chance of showers. Otherwise, breezy and sunny with a high of 78. And then that's about it. Sunday, as far as rain, looks like we'll just be sunny. Highs floating right around 80 to start the work week next week. All right, it is 7:21. We're going to take a quick break. We'll have your Roswell Livestock Report recap with Smiley Wooten as well because of the Easter holiday. Instead of a Monday-Tuesday run, they ran a Tuesday-Wednesday run here. So we'll get the recap then, and then on the other side, Peggy Boland talking camp invention. Don't go away. You're listening to Mornings with Mike Winters.
Whether you're a homeowner, a landscaper, or a contractor, we all have reasons to dig. If you're planning to dig, this is just a friendly reminder that locating underground utilities is important. It's actually the law. Call 811 3 days before you dig. New Mexico Gas Company is one of the utilities that will come out free of charge to mark our underground lines up to the meter, so you'll know what's below. We're New Mexico Gas Company, and our priority is keeping you safe. That's why we're here. Learn more at nmgco.com.
Artesia General Hospital presents Expert Advice for a Healthy Spring. Seasonal transitions can affect your immune system and respiratory health. Combat allergies by monitoring pollen forecasts and using prescribed treatments consistently. Increase physical activity gradually to avoid strain after a less active winter. Prioritize hydration and balanced nutrition, focusing on fresh produce rich in antioxidants and vitamins. Spring is also an ideal time for preventive screenings and annual checkups. Early detection remains one of the most powerful tools in healthcare. Healthy habits this season build a foundation for wellness all year long. Healthy Tips, proudly presented by Artesia General Hospital. Ready to help take care of you and your family.
Good morning, this is Smiley Wooten at the Roswell Livestock Auction. 776 head of cattle sold on Tuesday following Easter Sunday on a steady to higher market with excellent buyer attendance. Compared to last week, stocker calves sold steady to 10 higher, feeder cattle steady to 3 higher, packer cows and bulls steady $2 higher, 3 to 400 pound steers $530, $650, 3 to 400 pound heifers $535, $607, 4 to 500 pound steers $510, $530. 4 to 500 pound heifers $420, $535. 5 to 600 pound steers $427.5 to $510. 5 to 600 pound heifers $415, $420. 6 700 pound steers $390.50 to $327.50. 6 to 700 pound heifers $350, $415. 7 800 pound steers $353, $390. 7 800 pound heifers not well tested this week. Packer cows 176, 186. Canner and cutter cows 162, 167. Packer bulls 205, 212.50. Feeder bulls 180, 186. The top half the cow calf pairs $3,600 to $4,000 per pair, and the bred cows not well tested today. We appreciate the business, and we'll talk to you next Monday morning. This is Smiley Wooten, Roswell Livestock Auction.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. A group of 12 or more cows is called a flink. If you have only 11 cows, that's called a lot of cow pies. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 24 minutes after 7 o'clock, and joining us in studio this morning, talking camp invention, Peggy Boland back with us. Good morning, Peggy.
Good morning. How are you?
Doing well. How about yourself?
I'm doing great.
Good deal. Had a good Easter holiday and all of that.
Yeah, it was nice.
Yeah, kind of snuck up on us this year.
I know. Man, I can't believe it's getting to be the middle of April.
I know.
I'm like, what almost.
Well, yeah, you're right. I mean, we're going to bat an eye. Kids are going to graduate.
I know.
And then bat another eye camp inventions here.
Yeah.
So
This year's going so fast.
But, I know but yeah, we are. We're here in the second week of April, and but we are really just weeks away from really Camp Invention here, which will be the first week in June 1st through the 6th there, and it's going to be 5th, I'm sorry. And once again, it'll be at All Saints Catholic School there on Kentucky and by the hospital there. And this is a week-long day camp geared for children entering kindergarten through 6th grade there. And each week, during the week, the campers will work on 4 different modules that are STEAM related, working with science, but there's some art, there's a little, but the math, engineering, but so it's more than STEM, it's more STEAM or STREAM or whatever you call it.
Oh, don't call it STREAM.
Is it, I don't know which ones are STEAM, STREAM. I don't know how many letters they're up to.
Let's just stick to STEM. Make it strong.
I think they added STEAM with the arts or something like that. Yeah, but so I would say this is more STEAM than STEM. Because some of the projects are art related and things, or partial of that. There's a little bit of science here, but then there's some arts and crafts type stuff with some of the projects and things too. But the cool thing is, at the end of the week, each of the campers get 4 cool things they get to take home as part of that, depending on the module. Whether it's a robot or exactly. And the cool part is, regardless of the age of the camper, they're working on the same projects, just at an appropriate level. Skill level or whatever. So if they're kindergarten or first graders, they're going to be working on these same projects, but they're learning maybe a little bit different aspects than, say, the 4th or 5th graders would be learning. So, but they're all working on the same project. So if you have brothers and sisters, and one's like in 2nd grade and one's like in 4th grade, and they're they got the same thing. They're not going to have to fight over different stuff.
Which is good.
That happens. But it is really a cool camp, and unfortunately, this is going to be the last year that we will have Camp Invention here in Roswell. So if you want to get your child a chance to experience this is your last opportunity here in Roswell. So,
well, unless somebody steps up, because I'm stepping down.
Yeah, Peggy is retiring after doing this for 15 plus years, 18 years. So, and so, hey, if anybody's listening, they would love to keep this going, but she's done her time, and it's time to focus on other things.
And all the teachers are saying, if you're gone, I'm gone.
Yeah.
So it would be a totally different experience, and good luck.
Sure.
If anybody wants to do it.
But that being said,
my blessings.
If this is going to be the last one, we're going to make it even more fun, and more special, and more great. So we would love to get youth to sign up here. Unfortunately, we missed the March 30th deadline. There was a discount code at the website where you could take advantage of that. But fear not. We've got some other opportunities coming up here. There is still a
20%.
A $20 discount using a Fun 20 code that's good here until about the end of April. What is it? April 28th. There you go. That's a real test for my eyes.
I know. Me
too. And so here you got a couple more weeks to take advantage of that one. And then, but if you've got siblings, they do have a discount code that's kind of good, but you might want to wait a minute on that one, because I know you've got the Camp Invention, which, by the way, it's a national. There's camps all over the country.
Yes, there's at least 1,400 in the nation.
And and if you've been to previous camps, every year it's 4 different projects. So if you went last year, a year before, it's not the same projects. No. Same cool atmosphere, just different modules, different projects and things.
Right.
But so each year they do the different ones. So they got the camps all over the country. So this is bigger than just Roswell. So you can go online and go see the whole website. It's through the Inventors Hall of Fame. They're the group.
It's just invent.org.
Invent.org.
Or just Google Camp Invention. It'll come up.
But if you know who the Inventors Hall of Fame is and all that, they're the ones that are the brainchild behind Camp Invention and creating Camp Invention and creating an environment for kids to create and do science, math, and art.
And invent.
Yeah, and invent. So they offer national discounts and stuff at the website. Now, that being said, thanks to generous local donors, Peggy is able to offer scholarships and partial scholarships for families that need more than a $20 or $30 discount here, which is available. But that being said, we got a window coming up here in the next few days that if you do have multiple children, siblings, you can save some pretty good discounts because of a certain holiday coming up here in a couple days. So, so yeah, tell folks a little bit about this,
Let me
Peggy.
bring it up on my phone.
Yes. But with National Sibling
I just
Day.
got this information last night.
Yes, this is hot off the presses.
Yeah, so this Friday is National Siblings Day, and Camp Invention is celebrating with an extra discount for families registering multiple children for the program. Here are the bonus codes. So, if you want to register 2 children at the same time, the bonus code is SIB, S-I-B, like sibling, SIB Day 40. So you save $40 off per child, which is an $80 savings. But if you have 3 or more registrations to sign up, 3 or more children, and you really want to save some good money, it's $50 off per child. So
and that's Sim Day.
SIB Day 50.
Gotcha.
For $50 off each registration. So it's, if there's 4 children, you'd save $200.
Gotcha.
3 children, $150.
Excellent.
So, I mean, that really helps. If people can afford, because the camp is $300.
Yes.
It goes
Before
up
any
every
discounts
year.
or anything else.
Before any
yeah.
discounts. But, if you look at $40 off, that's pretty good.
Absolutely. And I know
daycare costs probably the same amount. So.
Absolutely. And here's the, it's a week of enrichment for your children. That's all disguised in fun and games and and that's where the kids are going to be learning and interacting and working in group settings and learning
building
science and math and engineering. Yeah. But they're doing it in these fun little projects where they're, doing, pretending to do space stuff or, pretending to be, starting a business. They do it through these cool little different themes and things. So, and that's why we have repeat campers because, we have many students that, that started, in first or, early and then they kind of went on through elementary school, maybe even a few went on to be your leaders in training.
Yes, and that's exactly what happens.
And that's kind of for middle school
up.
students there. And maybe even 1 or 2 when they get into high school or college come back and be counselors, full counselors as well too. I mean, after 18 years of camp, you tend to have a few of those. So.
Yes, I do. I actually do.
So there are other opportunities here. Unfortunately, like I said, this is the last year. So if you want to experience it, you got to sign up now. Now, here's the rub, too, is there is a finite number of slots for this camp.
Exactly.
There's only, 75 spaces available.
That's it.
That's it. When it's full, it's full.
And people are signing up.
And
so
we are getting, especially with some of these codes, and things, and there's some deadlines coming up on that. That being said, so kind of I would not wait till May to do this. Maybe try to get this done here in the next couple weeks. Lock down to make sure that first week in June is good for your family schedule and all that. And here, by the way, too, is the camp runs like I said, June 1st through the 5th daily from 9 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. However, if that window is not kind of copacetic in your schedule, they do offer an extended camp where you can bring your child in early up from between 7:30 till when camp starts at 9 a.m. there. And then after camp up until 5:30? 5:30. Yeah, so when camp ends at 3:30, they can kind of do more camp from 3:30 to 5:30.
In case parents are working or something's going on.
Yeah, because life happens. You don't get off.
It does cost extra money.
There is an additional $100 fee on that. Now, that being said, too, if it's not, like it says it's more camp, but don't feel like you're so if you're like, well, wait a minute, I can pick my kid up on time, maybe, are they getting extra stuff? Do I want them? So it's not lacking or you're not missing any curriculum by not doing it, but it's just kind of reinforcing what they're already learning in there and getting them a chance to kind of practice a little more and do stuff while they're waiting for mom and dad to be able to come and get them kind of thing. So
exactly.
So don't feel obligated to do it if you're like, wait a minute, but if you think, well, problem is I got to be at work at 8. I can't, I can't take my child in at 9 or I don't get off work till 4 o'clock. I can't pick them up till 4:30. this helps out with that.
Right, and that's
too.
Monday through Friday morning.
Yes. Yeah, the last day, Friday, there is
We're
no
cleaning
extended
up.
camp for that day because that's kind of the final presentation day.
Yeah.
And then the kids will kind of, you'll pack them up and take them with you, and they'll take all their projects home and all that good stuff. Kind of.
Well, we don't have presentations anymore.
Okay, so that's done.
Yeah.
So they'll just be
but
like
we're just cleaning up
cleanup
Friday
day
afternoon.
and wrapping up.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Now, if the sibling discount or the $20 off discount
is
still not enough, then there's still a way for you to make sure we can get your kids to go to camp.
Definitely.
Now, to take advantage of these the Sib Love discounts and the Sib Day discounts, if you go to invent.org/camp, that'll take you to the main website. There's a link tab that says Find a Camp Near You.
Yep.
Click on that, type in Roswell, New Mexico, or 88201, or any kind of locator from around here, and then one camp will pop up, and it'll be this camp. It'll
the only one.
Yeah, it'll talk about Roswell, New Mexico, All Saints Catholic School. Click on that one, and then it'll have the sign-up stuff. It'll have links to all the different videos and the things if you want to read a little bit more about the camp.
Or your child wants to see the videos.
Yeah, exactly. You want to show
Well,
them.
it was funny because I had one parent who, she said, no, my daughter doesn't want to go. I said, have her look at the videos.
Yeah, well, I might watch a video. And
So
see.
she called me like 5 minutes later. She wants to sign up. I said, okay. Because the videos are camp is awesome.
Yeah, once you get
really
to see the cool things they get to build and play with and have fun with, it's kind of a cool thing.
Yeah, it was a no-brainer for that child.
The people that, all I'm saying is, the organization that their whole job is to invent and create, they're pretty good at inventing and creating a camp that might be interest kids
you would think
into these kinds of things. So trust me, they know what they're doing.
Right, and they try these camps out the year before in Ohio.
Sure,
that's where
that's kind of the proving ground, I guess you could say, on some of their camps.
And so they try them out, and then the next year they go national.
Yeah. And so if you want to preview next year, you go to Ohio and sign up for their camp. But
exactly.
But this is what I'm saying. So if the kid's a little like, I don't know, and say show them the videos at invent.org. But then once you kind of got them hooked, then you can sign up there. There'll be a box there to enter if you want to enter the Sib Love code or a Sib Day code or any of those offer codes. Now, If you need more than that discount, then what I just told you, throw it out the window, because you're going to have to register directly through Peggy if you need a discount or want to apply for a
they have to reach
scholarship.
out to me.
Now the one thing is there's no full scholarships.
Correct.
Based off history and experience. We find that if we can get a family to contribute a little bit, trust me, she'll help you out immensely with. Thanks
do what I can.
Thanks to some generous donors, even over the years, because they've kind of been banked over the years.
Yes.
And since this is our last one, we kind of got to blow it out a little bit, I guess, and make sure we drain the fund.
Yep, we got to get everybody in.
Yeah, so opportunities are there. But at the end of the day, we want to make sure that your kid is at camp June 1st, when they open a camp, and is there the entire camp and getting to experience it and taking full advantage of that. And sometimes when families don't invest anything, they don't take it seriously, and then they blow off camp, and then we give them basically a $300 camp for free that they don't attend.
Right.
And so to kind of help stop that from happening, we want you to pay a little something, $10, $20, $50, whatever it is. We want you to pay something to say, I will make sure my child is here, June 1st.
And I've had parents, they say, my child can attend Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, because Tuesday something's going on.
Sure.
Okay. That's not a problem because, they can catch up to whatever.
Sure. Now, if you're going to miss more days than you're going to be there, because it's only a 5-day camp.
It's only 5 days.
But yeah, one day's not a hurdle here. If you're going to one day because grandma's in town or they got a test or whatever's going on that particular day, no worries.
Or you have to go to Albuquerque for doctors or something.
Yeah, exactly.
That's totally different.
Yeah.
But
if you're going to be there Tuesday, miss Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and be there Monday, Friday, that's kind of you might as well just keep your money.
Right, exactly.
You're not getting full advantage of it.
Right, exactly.
But now if you do need the discount and want or help with the scholarship here, please call Peggy direct or reach out to Peggy direct. There's actually several different ways. You can do it probably the most direct way by telephone, 575-420-9955. Again, that's 420-9955. Leave a voicemail. Like if you call her right now, she's busy talking to me. She's not going to answer the phone. So leave a voicemail. Peggy will call you back.
Or text me.
Or text. That's a cell phone number. So, yeah, you can shoot a text, and that'll get to you pretty quick, too.
Yes.
You can also send her an email if email is your preferred method of communication. Her email address is pretty easy, pbolin2016@gmail.com. The letter P, Bolin, Bolin, the date 2016 at gmail.com.
Yes.
And shoot her an email and just say, hey, I have one child, two child that are interested in attending Camp Invention this year. I need help with a discount. And then she'll reach out to you, talk with you, and then we'll figure something out there. And, whatever is needed to happen there. And we'll go for there. But unfortunately, because of those discounts and stuff is handled directly through Peggy, you can't register for camp through the website. If you do it that way, it basically handcuffs her from getting you the discount.
Right. If you need a further discount than what's offered.
Yeah. Now, if you're like, no, I don't need all that, but sure, I'll use the SIB Day discount or the SIB Love 20 or the Save Fun 20 discount here before the end of the month, end of April, whatever one, type that in. There'll be a little, as you're checking out and paying and filling out your registration information, there's a little thing, enter promo code here, enter Fun 20 before April 28th to take advantage of that $20 one. Before the 10th here, the SIB Love 30 or SIB Love 40, but then between the windows of April 10th through the 14th, use that SIB Day 40 and SIB Day 50 to get even bigger discounts for multiple. But if you miss out on those windows, the Fun 20 is done April 28th. I believe the SIB Love ones go through the end towards whenever, till registration's full, basically.
Yes.
And then the SIB Day ones for SIB Day is 10th, the 10th to the 14th here. So, but if you need the actual a scholarship or something, call Peggy direct on that one.
Yeah.
But that being said, and I encourage you to go regardless. Go to invent.org/camp. Go to the website. Watch the videos, read all the different descriptions of the various modules, kind of get a history of the camp if you're kind of wanting a little bit more about
been going on for quite a while.
How did this all start? How did it all happen? There's a great bio there of the whole deal, and it really is an amazing camp. And to be honest, I'm hoping someone checks this out and gets really invested and looks to want to keep that baton going after you because it's an amazing camp and
it is a great camp.
And unfortunately, you guys deserve, you guys have been amazing in there, but this camp deserves to keep going, I think, because of what it does. And so I'm hoping someone sees it and says, you know what, we need to continue this on here and maybe
but nobody's stepped up yet.
steal the Camp Invention Bible from you to carry that on or whatever. Right. I imagine there's a big book somewhere. It's like, here is the book for Camp Invention.
It's all up here.
Is it? But please show your children the videos. I guarantee it's really cool. Give a synopsis of this year's modules real quick.
Okay,
Talking about some of the four they're going to be working on this year.
All right. I want to preface that by saying this camp is led by qualified certified teachers. And it's a hands-on STEM summer adventure that boosts creativity and imagination. So if that's something you want for your kids, then this is a camp for them.
It is an amazing.
And so, I have some parents who say, no, my child doesn't like science. Okay, whoa. The science in school is not the science at camp.
Right.
It is so different. It's hands-on fun.
It's kind of like
constantly. They're so engaged all the time.
I kind of compare this to when people talk about farming and ranching, and they say things like, "Well, I'm not a farmer or rancher." It's like, "Well, do you eat food?"
Yeah.
Yes, well, then you're part of farming and ranching. But when people say, I don't like science, it's like, well, do you like things? Do you turn on a computer every day? Do you eat a sandwich? Do you make, everything's science. You go in there and mix up a batch of cookies. That's chemistry, kids.
Yes, it is. Yes. And like if you think of Mozart, he composed music.
Mm-hmm.
If he didn't have that piano, what would have happened?
Absolutely.
So if you don't give your kids the opportunities, like a STEM camp, you don't know.
Saying I don't like like I'm not into science or I don't like science is like saying I don't like breathing. You know what I mean? It's just we all do it. It's around you. Everything you do, touch, and impact is involved in science and math
and kids.
technology.
And this is a great opportunity to see. I signed my kids up for plays, for acting.
Well, and this is to inspire them to learn. Because, yes, I get it. At some point when you get into science and math, you got to learn formulas and math. It gets in the weeds.
Right.
But if you're showing them at a young age, it's saying if you invest the time and energy to learn the formulas and things, we go to the moon. We are. We you know what I mean? We do these amazing things. That next invention, that next product that everyone has to have, the next iPhone or whatever that thing is, it's in the world.
Somebody has to invent it.
Guess what? Someone's got to invent that bad boy.
Exactly.
And this is what Camp Invention does. So to tell me you're not into science or math is literally telling me, well, you must not like eating food or breathing or doing things that we all do every day.
Or baking cookies.
Yeah.
Okay. So the 4 modules, one's called Forensics.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I'm going to love this one because... maybe even one of the best ones. Campers build confidence and critical thinking skills as they explore forensic science and the inner mechanics of their adorable take-home robotic capybara.
Nice. So
how many kids have a capybara at home?
A furry robot and learning, about science and kind of crime scene kind of stuff.
Cool.
Yeah, CSI type kind of stuff.
That'd be
forensic.
so much fun. I want one of those.
I would too.
Oh my gosh. I don't know if they make little noises.
Well, I'm just saying back in the 80s, people paid hundreds of dollars for those little Tamagotchis and those little, basically... This kind of stuff.
Yeah, it's so
parents
cool.
were fighting each other in various aisles at Christmas for these kinds of things.
Right. So that one, I think that one's going to be awesome.
Absolutely.
Another one's called Infringers, inspired by real-world STEM superheroes.
Okay.
Campers work together to invent creative solutions for challenges in their communities and around the world. And there's a lot of challenges we need to face at this point.
Absolutely.
So that one should be really good.
Yeah.
Make waves. They always seem to have water in these. But this is great. Diving into entrepreneurship, campers design an eye-catching billboard boat.
Say that 3 times fast.
I know. To hook beachgoers and practice persistence as they discover the science that keeps it afloat.
Cool.
Yeah. So when you go to bottomless lakes, you can take that with you.
That's right. We're going to learn buoyancy today, kids.
Exactly. And then the last one, of course, if anybody knows me, you know that this will probably be one of my favorites as well.
You are into space.
I am.
Space is your jam,
yes.
I should say.
It's space morphers.
Yeah.
Campers build a DIY rocket and practice problem solving as they grow a dazzling crystal tree, those are so cool, and hatch an animal egg in the science lab.
Great.
I mean,
and to be honest,
everything.
This is a way safer environment to build your DIY rocket than maybe some of the things we did as a kid with like toilet paper.
Right.
All the dumb things we did as a kid. We did the same thing, but probably in a less safe environment. These kids get to do it in a supervised
right. This camp has everything.
Absolutely.
I mean, from plants to animals to
So if you're into
rockets,
if you're into animals, you're into rockets, you're into like
boats,
police crime,
kind
of CSI type stuff to
it hits everything
to
this year.
water and waves and oceans and things. It's kind of so there's a little something and again, like I said, because of this camp is really for all elementary from entering kindergarten up to regardless if they're in 5th grade or in 1st grade, they're going to get these same things. They just learn it at a more appropriate level. So maybe some of the things the 5th graders are talking about, they're not quite ready for in 1st grade. But you know what? In a couple of years they will be. And so, but they get that beak wet a little bit. So in 1st grade they're like, oh, now there's this whole world of the ocean, or there's this whole world about you want to be a detective? This is really how detectives do it.
Exactly. Plus they get a capybara.
Yeah, exactly. Plus you get pets and things. And that's each project they have cool little take-home things like that capybara or the rocket or some of these cool stuff like that.
It's just so cool.
And so I'm telling you, every child I know that've gone to the camp have come back loving the experience. I know Sean, he's not here at the moment, but his children have experienced the camp over the years. I think Hunter's going through one more time here. He's I think his oldest is aged out, but Hunter's got one more in him. And so he's going to do that here, and they look forward and love the camp every year.
Right.
And so please check it out. Go to invent.org/camp and watch the own videos. Do your own digging. Just don't sit here and take my word for it. Go watch it for yourself. And after the end, like you said, the kids are going to watch it, and by that time they're going to be begging you to sign up.
Right.
But check it out first by yourself. That way you kind of prepare yourself. So
to answer questions.
So when the kid's going to make you already do it, you already got,
Right. And having it at the beginning of the summer, they have all summer to work with it.
Yeah, exactly.
And they come to camp, and there's no cell phones. You don't see kids with cell phones.
Oh, yeah.
And they're, they do have lunches not provided, but snacks are.
Yeah, so bring your sack lunch, but they'll have snacks, cookies, what have you.
Something healthy.
Oranges or, whatever.
Right. Mm-hmm. But then, during the 20 minutes, they get time to eat, and then they go outside and they play.
Yeah.
There's organized games, so they play. I don't know if any of you have seen, I don't know if you've seen a Mike or anybody listening, if you've ever driven past a playground lately during lunch, the elementary school kids many times are just standing around.
Yeah.
They don't know what to do anymore.
So they get them out there and start playing on the equipment.
Right.
Run around. Yeah, it is true. It's
so weird because, but there's organized games.
And kids at that level, at that age group, they need a break to run around a little bit to kind of, it's kind of refocus, recenter. Kids that have attention spans adults have little attention spans.
Right.
Kids have really little attention.
Right.
And so sometimes you got to reset the table here a little bit and, all right, let's go out and run around a little bit, blow off some energy and come back in. And now they're more receptive to be learning stuff and things.
Right. Because when we were growing up, we had 3 recesses during school.
Yeah.
Now it's 2 if they're lucky, 1,
Yeah.
So during camp, we do have the 1, but the camp is, 9 to 3:30, and they're constantly moving. They're
they're always.
I mean, they're not sitting in chairs all day long.
They're fully engaged all the time.
Fully engaged.
So please sign up your children. Like we said, I just saw time. We better wrap this up. But please take advantage of some of these discount codes. Like we said, if you have multiple children that you'd like to sign up for camp, please, between the days of April 10th and 14th, go to invent.org/camp, sign up for camp, and enter the codes SIBDAY 40 or SIBDAY 50 to take advantage of big discounts there between the days of the 10th and the 14th.
Of April.
Of April. If you're outside of that window, you can use SIBLOVE 30, SIBLOVE 40, SIBLOVE 30 for 2, SIBLOVE 40 for more than 2. And you'll get a $30 or $40 off per child on those fees as well, too. And then, of course, you have a couple more days or a couple more weeks here, actually, the 28th. If you want to use the code FUN20, that'll take $20 off your camp. And that's just if you have a single camper to send on there. And that way, if you don't qualify for the multiple camper discounts, this will give you a little bit there. And then, of course, if you need more than that, don't go to the invent.org to sign up your child. Call or contact Peggy directly. Again,
575-420-9955.
Yeah.
Call or text.
Absolutely.
And then my email is pbohlin2016@gmail.com.
Yeah. Shoot an email.
And remember, it's for rising kindergarten through 6th grade. It's at All Saints Catholic School, which is 2700 North Kentucky.
Yeah.
We are not affiliated with them. They're just letting us use our building.
They're kind enough to allow you to use their home. Yeah.
And from June 1st through the 5th, 9 to 3:30 p.m. And then the extended day is 7:30 to 5:30. The cost is $300 before discount.
Yeah.
So.
And then, like I said, take advantage of those discounts if online, invent.org/camp, or call or contact Peggy if you need the scholarships there.
Right. So. And it's super fun.
It is.
Your kids will be exhausted when you pick them up and they'll talk your ear off and then they'll go to bed by 8.
There's a reason why the camp's been going for 18 years. And because it's
here in Roswell.
Here in Roswell. Yeah, it's been more than that, but here in Roswell for 18. So as always, thank you, Peggy. We'll see you here next time. And stay guess stay
dry.
Yeah.
It's weird to say.
Yeah. It's a weird week.
I know.
Not complaining. I am happy.
we
need all the
rain.
moisture. But, it is a little harder to fly rockets in the rain.
That's true.
Thank you, Peggy.
All right, thank you.
All right, it is 7:54. We're going to pause for news. And then right after that, we will have sports brought to you by DSI. Then a quick break before more news. Don't go away. You're listening to Mornings with Mike Winters.
With SRN News, I'm Rich Thomason in Washington. The U.S. and Iran have agreed to a 2-week ceasefire. Truce includes Iran allowing safe navigation through the Strait of Hormuz. President Trump says Iran has also produced a longer-term 10-point peace plan. The president says it provides a workable basis for negotiations. These latest developments have global stock markets soaring. Wall Street futures have been rocketing higher all morning long, and oil prices are falling. The voters have spoken, and Republicans will retain the Georgia congressional seat that had been held by Marjorie Taylor Greene before she stepped down. Republican Clay Fuller has won the runoff in Georgia's 14th congressional district. Fuller is crediting grassroots support and President Trump's endorsement for his victory. The opening bell just sounding on Wall Street now. Stocks are starting off the day sharply higher. More details, srnnews.com.
Still burning cash on posters that get tattered, tired, and tossed? Turn heads with vibrant LED posters from DSI. Plug and play with custom updatable graphics. Showcase a single showstopper or link several for a seamless video wall. For over 27 years, DSI has helped New Mexico businesses communicate smarter with printers, IT support, AV, and more. Ready to elevate your message and cut costs? Call 888-386-7834 or visit DSINM.com today.
We're in the district schedule for Dexter and NMMI, and in baseball, I guess East Mountain is pretty tough. NMMI took on, hosted East Mountain yesterday, which came in 13-1 on the season, and East Mountain came away with a 10-0 victory. Meanwhile, Dexter playing in Albuquerque against Bosque School comes close but loses 8-7 to the Bobcats. In softball action, it was Dexter taking on Lovington in a doubleheader at home, and this is a tough opponent. Lovington's always pretty tough. Dexter's always pretty tough too. They win the first game 3-2, but then Lovington comes back and wins a wild one in the second one, 11-9. Dexter is now 10-3 so far on the season. The sports report brought to you by DSI. Call DSI for all your office technology needs. I'm Eric Butler at Roswell Talk FM 106.5.
At Richland Motors, it's never been easier to sell or trade your current car, truck, or SUV for a newer model to hit the road in. Even if you don't purchase from Richland, they want to buy your vehicle for top dollar. But if you do buy from Richland, don't forget, they're the home of the powertrain warranty for life. That's a whole lot of confidence for you. See Richland for details. 2nd and Sycamore and 1309 Southeast Main.
This is Melanie from Glenn's Furniture, and I'm here to tell you watching the game from a Sari recliner is not how life should be enjoyed. You could have a power recliner with an adjustable headrest in your favorite spot right now. American built and a solid guarantee are the reasons we stand behind our recliners, and you can be confident in the service we provide. So pull your backsides from that old chair and cheer for your team in style. Come down and see us at Glenn's on the corner of Union and Alameda, where delivery is free since 1953.
Looking to start, continue, or complete your higher education journey? Join the more than 5,700 current Greyhounds on their journey to student success. Eastern New Mexico University offers the most affordable higher education degree in the Southwest, and New Mexico residents can go to school tuition-free with the New Mexico Opportunity Scholarship. With online or in-person degrees, ENMU is the right choice for you. For more information, visit enmu.edu. ENMU, student success, that's what we're about.
When you or a loved one need medical transport, Trans-Aero answers the call. Trans-Aero Medevac operates 3 rotorcraft bases and 1 fixed-wing base in southeastern New Mexico, allowing them to respond quickly to emergencies across diverse terrains. Their fleet extends coverage deep into New Mexico and West Texas, including Artesia, Carlsbad, Roswell, Ruidoso, Midland, Lubbock, and the surrounding areas. Ready to answer the call when every second counts. Trans-Aero Medevac, proudly serving southeastern New Mexico and West Texas. Loan for free, thanks to the partnership from the City of Artesia and Trans-Aero Medevac. Life support by air.
Your home for Sean Hannity in Roswell. 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM, KEND, Roswell, New Mexico.
Breaking news this hour from Town Hall. I'm Rich Thomason. The U.S. and Iran have agreed to a 2-week ceasefire. The truce includes further talks and Iran allowing safe navigation through the Strait of Hormuz. Secretary of War Hegseth warns Tehran against trying to cheat on the deal.
The War Department, for now, has done its part. We stand ready in the background to ensure Iran upholds every reasonable term.
White House correspondent Greg Clugston.
Announcing the 2-week pause in military strikes, President Trump called for the complete, immediate, and safe opening of the crucial waterway. Iran said passage through the strait would be allowed for the next 2 weeks under the control of its military. Iran described the ceasefire as a humiliating retreat by Donald Trump, while the White House claimed the president and a powerful U.S. military got Iran to agree.
President Trump says Iran is offering a longer-term 10-point peace plan that provides a workable basis for negotiations. And stock markets here at home and abroad have been soaring as oil prices decline.
Brent crude, the global benchmark for crude oil, that is a pretty big drop indeed. We're talking about 16%, quite simply because part of the conditions for this ceasefire is the Strait of Hormuz reopening. So if, millions of barrels of oil and gas are able to start transiting through the Strait of Hormuz, that's going to give a good boost to global supplies. It's going to be a big relief to countries here in Asia.
The BBC's Nick Marsh. Republicans will retain the Georgia congressional seat that was held by Marjorie Taylor Greene. Republican Clay Fuller has won the runoff in Georgia's 14th congressional district. Checking in on Wall Street now, the Dow is up 1,316 points. The Nasdaq trading 634 points higher. More on these stories, townhall.com.
Here's an important message from the Diabetes Solution Center. Do you like pricking your fingers to test your blood sugar levels? No one does, but it's important to maintain your health. And now, by wearing a small remote device called a continuous glucose monitor, or CGM, you don't need to prick your fingers anymore. It's easy to use and helps you make more accurate diabetes treatment decisions. If you are testing your blood sugar 3 or more times daily, injecting insulin, or using an insulin pump, call the Diabetes Solution Center right now. And if you have Medicare or most major insurance coverage, you may be able to get a new CGM at little to no out-of-pocket cost. Shipping is free, and we'll even bill your insurance company for you. If you are testing your blood sugar 3 or more times daily, injecting insulin, or using an insulin pump, call the Diabetes Solution Center right now to learn how to end the painful finger sticks and get your own continuous glucose monitor, or CGM, at little to no out-of-pocket cost.
Deere & Company has agreed to a $99 million settlement resolving a class action suit accusing the farm equipment giant of monopolizing repair service.
The Moline, Illinois-based manufacturer, better known by its common brand name John Deere, has faced a handful of right-to-repair complaints over the years. The deal announced on Monday would settle a 2022 lawsuit accusing the company of withholding repair software and conspiring with authorized dealers to force farmers to use their services for repairs when they could otherwise fix tractors and other equipment themselves or use independent alternatives. Bob Agnew reporting.
South Korea's military says it detected North Korea firing several short-range ballistic missiles toward the sea earlier today. The latest launches came hours after a senior North Korean official issued a statement that ridiculed South Korea's hopes for warmer ties between the two countries. News and analysis, townhall.com. More controversy in the wake of a deadly flood at a children's camp in Texas.
Health regulators have told Camp Mystique's owners they're investigating hundreds of complaints following last summer's floods that killed 25 girls and 2 adults. The probe comes as the state considers whether to allow the all-girls camp to reopen this summer. Authorities are looking into allegations of neglect, but the scope of the investigations unit is not immediately clear. One thing is certain, reopening plans have sparked a backlash from the families who lost loved ones. Jason Walker reporting.
An iconic American thoroughfare turns 100 this year. Route 66 crosses 8 states and several time zones. The Mother Road, as it's called, runs from Chicago in the east to Santa Monica, California in the west, a stretch of roughly 2,400 miles. More on these stories, townhall.com.
What in the wide world of sports is going on here?
I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man in this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number. I leave it on and then I slumber. I hear the rhythm ringing through it. Flamenco guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. The travel witch and what does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican radio.
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 6 minutes after 8 o'clock. Welcome to hour number 2.
What the deuce?
Mornings with Mike Winters. Right here on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM. Happy Wednesday, everybody.
Yes, welcome to it.
So during the news update, I was just taking a quick scroll of Facebook. I just saw a post from the Washington Commanders that made me laugh. Only laugh, it's not because it's funny, just because my brain. So they I guess they hired an assistant special teams coach, and they had a picture of a dude there, and it says, "We have hired John Glenn as our new assistant special teams coach." And so, yeah, the first thing I'm doing in the comments, Godspeed, John Glenn. Hope this guy's got the right stuff.
That's a big get.
Right? John Glenn. First off, isn't he dead? He died. He passed away.
Well,
So
still, you know what? More power to him. That's how special he is.
he's a hell of a special teams coach.
Special.
But yeah, it was just funny.
All right, guys, let's meet up with our special teams coordinator. Oh, seance him in.
That's right. But yeah, I just right before I got out, I was like, "Oh, so we hired John Glenn as our special teams assistant coach." But yeah, so it was just a funny bit there, and it's just because it's all space hole, with the moon. I guess they'll be coming back here.
Yeah, they're on the way back.
Yeah, they're only back. They kind of went around the moon Monday
pictures,
here. And
did you see some of the shots?
Pretty cool.
There's a specific crater on the moon on this shade of the dark side of the moon that we've only ever been able to observe a sliver of.
Yeah.
And we got the first ever full blown picture of it. And the way it was like a perfect shot too, because they got the crater with the middle, the thing in the middle, and then the big crater, and then you could see this the Earth half mooned out,
in the background there. Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Yeah, that stuff's really awesome. So I've had and then I just so luckily started watching that For All Mankind. So I'm watching that, and I'm into season 2, which is the 80s now. And it's just weird, man. It's just I'm getting a lot of space. I'm over spacing myself right now, and just
you are getting.
And then the problem with the dang from the All Mankind is it's an alternative history. So I'm like, well, did we find water on the moon? Wait a minute, that's not real. That's the TV show.
Right. Right. Was there one? Yeah, it's interesting to think about, if we looked around up there just a little more, what could we have found? Who really knows?
I don't know. Well, so you've watched that show I'm watching. The possibilities are endless.
Did you see the interview that the crew did with President Trump
I've heard some stuff like there's like, and I missed some of this, but I heard one that like somehow Nutella got famous because of something with a Nutella bottle they were flipping around out there in space. I missed I saw like highlights, but I didn't see them. I just heard about them.
So I didn't see the whole conversation, but the clip I saw was the president, was telling him about how he's talked to the prime minister of Canada and how he was talking to Wayne Gretzky and all this stuff. And the crew is sitting there playing with the microphone. Like they're spinning it around and like letting it loop around. And they're just having a great old time in zero gravity.
They're in space,
He's talking. And then he finishes his statement and nobody says and I mean literally a full minute of silence.
Well, some of that's probably communication related.
Finally, they grab the microphone and they're like, we just want to make sure we didn't lose you with comms. And he's like, no, I'm still here. And it was so painfully awkward.
Your cringe moment of the day.
But it was really funny to watch. Like they were at one point, one guy grabbed the microphone and just flipped it like this, and it started doing this. And the girl in the back, she just started laughing, and they were having the best time in the world just watching a mic flip around.
I mean, they're arguably doing the coolest thing they've ever done in their life.
100%.
Yeah.
And apparently, like, there was I think they said a 40-minute window when they were passing behind the moon when it was radio silence.
Yeah, they lose communication.
Which you have a planet in your way. It makes sense, but that is terrifying. That's the furthest you could possibly be from anything.
Like you're literally saying, yes, the four of us or five of us, however many is in that.
I think it's just three. Actually.
I think there's four.
There might be four.
I think there's four. However many are in there. Literally on that side, and it's like we are disconnected from the entire human race right now.
It's like
that's amazingly crazy.
It's the only thing I can equate it to, and I don't know why my head goes to this, is breaking down on a train track.
Yeah,
like if you are like driving and your car breaks down and you're in the middle of a train track. That's the only thing I can think of. The level of fear that matches being completely separated from everything.
I would say yes. But I don't know where my head even goes. I'm like, look, if you're gone here, a human being will never, ever, ever find you or see you again.
Right.
Ever. Unless it's 50 years from now and, it's your great ancestors on the USS Enterprise picking you up.
Now,
it's frozen in time. But you know what I mean?
It's not imagine that if they lose, if they had, theoretically, at this point, since we're talking about alternate timelines, if something happened back there and they lost contact with Earth, I'd imagine after a period of time when they should have come around and they don't, that's when something would have.
That's when the red flags hit,
right?
Yes,
and then you pull together another crew, and a couple of years from now, you can go up and maybe get the remains.
Unfortunately, very similar to when re-entry deals on some like Columbia, and we lost those because there's also a blackout period when they re-entry through the atmosphere, and so they lose them there. And then like with Columbia, they never came back. And it was, and then next thing you know, like, oh, wait a minute, we're seeing a fireball of stuff coming down. And so that's usually, it's one of those moments. It's like, and with Columbia, that's exactly how it happened, how it went down.
And because
it came back to the atmosphere and it did not make it through.
I know it's NASA
silence.
and they're scientists and they plan for all, occurrences or possibilities. So there's, they've run these scenarios for sure, but it's like, it's just a terrifying thing. Any kind of radio silence lost from communication.
But at the end of the day, that's why it is what it is. This is why we, when we talk about the Apollo astronauts and what they were asked to do, and people say things like, well, they just strapped them on a rock, and it's like, no. Yeah. And there's none of those things. They literally, the backup plan is really, there is no backup plan. Right. It's we go or we don't, or you die. It's just, very, and so many like even the show I'm watching now is like so many what ifs, and just like, what if Neil didn't land that landing right and he botched the landing? What would that have been like?
I'm curious, does this show, like, I mean, it's obviously things that are happening up there, but it cuts the stuff down here. How accurate is it to like the 80s that really happened? Like, is the president still Reagan? Is it?
Well, yes. Okay. But it's different. Like, different events and things are a little like things that are popular, but not in the way you think necessarily now.
Gotcha. Okay.
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
It's kind of like Back to the Future. Well, if you mess with one thing, then you start seeing people erase on the picture. So it's kind of, it's by default doing that a little bit. It's kind of, well, now that the Russians beat us to the moon, there's this thing, and now the base. But yeah, it's
because you also have to remember this is, I mean, obviously you're seeing it when you're with the show, but this is smack dab in the middle of the Cold War.
Yes,
I mean, so.
And then like people, and then there's in the show there are actual historical people.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's people that have done things that aren't the real people that's the part that's a little messy for me.
Right.
Where I'm like, here's your Apollo 10. That guy wasn't Apollo 10. That guy's not real.
Look, there are parts of history we agree with, and there are parts of history we don't agree with. All right? We take liberties.
Yeah. So it's like that. All right. Probably should get the hour going.
Yes.
Doug Weiser with the Walker Aviation Museum joined us yesterday for their monthly conversation. Had a great talk with him. We'll play that here in just a few. But before we do that, let's get you up to date on the weather. And I don't know, it's going to be nice today, and then there's like rain. I don't know, it's all nice to me. So depending on your version of nice. Enjoy this, my version of nice.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. A little bit breezy today. We have high pressure over the area, sunshine, and we're going up to about 80. Overnight will be clear with upper 40s, and then mostly sunny Thursday, at least in the morning. We do have a very slight chance of an afternoon shower. Mid-80s on the high, a little bit better chance of rain coming in on Fridays, scattered showers, and low 80s. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton, and that's your latest forecast.
Thanks, Steve. Currently 47 degrees. And it says fog and mist, and it's mostly sunny here. But Deshaun was telling me earlier when he was out in a boot that if you do hit some of those low-lying areas, you might run into a little fog out there this morning. But humidity is currently at 93%. Winds are out of the south at 5 miles per hour. Sunny and 82 for today. Pretty nice. Winds will be out of the south, 5 to 15 miles per hour. Skies will be clear tonight with an overnight low of 48. South winds 5 to 15 miles per hour. There is a 20% chance of afternoon showers for Thursday, otherwise sunny, and a high of 86. South winds 5 to 15 miles per hour. Friday, we're looking at a 40% chance of afternoon showers, otherwise mostly sunny and 82. South winds 5 to 15 miles per hour. Friday night, our chance of rain bumps up to 60% with an overnight low of 55 under mostly cloudy skies. Saturday, we're looking at a 70% chance of showers and thunderstorms, mostly cloudy and a high of 78. 30% for Saturday night and a 20% chance at rain on Sunday with mostly sunny skies, breezy, and a high of 78. So that's what we're looking at. It is 8:17. We're going to take a quick commercial break, and then we'll play our interview with Doug from the Walker Aviation Museum. Don't go away. You're listening to Mornings with Mike Winters.
Hey, take me out of my old trade. Take me out of my ride.
Hey, Roswell, spring out of your old car, truck, or SUV today and hop into a new Ford or quality pre-owned vehicle with massive savings during the Spring Out Sales event at Roswell Ford. Are you still making payments on your current vehicle and want out early? Your friends at Roswell Ford need your trade today, so we're willing to overpay even if you owe up to $10,000 more than your trade is worth. We'll do whatever it takes to help you escape so you can upgrade to a new Ford or quality pre-owned vehicle. Worried about your credit? Don't sweat it. Roswell Ford has partnered with more aggressive lenders that will push to approve your credit with great rates and terms, even if it's less than perfect. Lower prices, exceptional trade-in values, and a better buying experience. Get on board at Roswell Ford, 821 North Main Street in beautiful Roswell. Call 575-623-3673 or online at roswellford.com. Interest accrues from date of sale with approved credit, subject to lender approval. Offers not combined.
What does it mean for a roofing contractor to have heart? How about braving a 24-hour road trip with a bad back and a 20-foot-long trailer through Interstate 40? You heard that right. A local business needed a new roof, but this business did not want just any roof. They desired a schoolhouse roof with red shingles. Well, we wanted to give our customers exactly what they were asking for. The only problem was that the red color of shingle they were looking for had been discontinued in our local region. But we didn't give up then. We were told by our supplier that the schoolhouse red color of shingle that we were looking for was still available in Arkansas. So We did what was expected of us and drove 24 hours. And we delivered on our promise. If you need a roofer who delivers on their promises, call Trustmark Roofing today at 575-755-7663.
Trustmark Roofing, we put people first.
Picture this. You're behind the wheel of a John Deere compact tractor. You're effortlessly breaking ground, moving piles of rocks just by moving a lever, and enjoying the sun as you clear brush across your pasture. We could keep trying to put you in the moment, but to really understand what this feels like, you just have to get in the seat.
Stop by Pecos Valley Equipment in Artesia and Roswell, or visit us online at pecosvalleyequipment.com.
Are you tired of high cable TV rates? Sign up for Dish today and get a $500 bonus offer while supplies last. Plus, lock in your price for 2 years guaranteed. Call All American Dish, your Dish authorized retailer now.
800-296-1251. 800-296-1251. That's 800-296-1251. Offers require credit qualification, 24-month commitment, early termination fee, and e-auto pay. Restrictions apply. Call for details.
I checked Allstate first and saved hundreds on my car insurance. Really smart. Unfortunately, I didn't check if I took the gas hose out of my car's tank. Ooh, not smart. And I drove off while still attached to pump number 3.
Yeah, checking first is smart. So check Allstate first for a quote that could save you hundreds.
Potential savings vary, subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate North American Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
The inventor of Pringles is buried in a Pringles can. I wonder if they got their hands stuck putting him in there. Here's Mike Winters.
Yes, in studio this morning from the Walker Aviation Museum. Doug Weiser back with us. Good morning, Doug.
Good morning, Mike. Good to be back.
Glad to have you. How's life in your world this morning?
Well, it's a little busy.
Yeah.
I had a rush down here, and it's good to see some rain.
Yeah, we
nice and
we
fresh.
need the moisture. This is nice, change of pace, and
good thing.
Get it over a few days as opposed to one day. I'll take that. So.
Yeah. So,
but busy. Of course, folks don't know. Doug is busy running the cattle, basically the Cattle Baron restaurants that include Pasta Cafe and Cattle Baron and Farley's over here, and so his day job is making sure all those are running. Oh, by the way, the other one, that's just the ones in Roswell. Don't forget about the Lincoln. There was in Lincoln County and out by Cruces and everything else too.
We're trying to stripe the parking lot up in Ruidoso, and the rain is good, but not good for striping.
I'm about to say, it's probably Ruidoso's had their fill. I'm sure that Farley's location, the Cattle Baron, they're like, no, we're good. We don't need it anymore. Send it down to Roswell. But so when he's not doing Walker Aviation stuff, he's busy doing his day job. Doing all that.
Yeah, we've got some Jennifer Adams is helping out there now, and got some great ideas for some. We call it the Museum Improvement Committee.
Very cool.
And we've got some different ideas to increase our retail area and sort of move things around so the flow of the museum goes a little bit better.
Sure.
After the flood, we had sort of reorganized, and we're going to reorganize again.
And you guys got kind of batted around a little bit as they did a lot of rehab on the building there from the flooding and all that stuff.
Did.
So there was a year plus of really where the museum was on hiatus because of rehabbing and carpeting and flood abatement and everything else was going on.
You wouldn't believe that airport would flood.
Yeah,
but it does.
It does.
And we found out, and everybody found out there. The airport director, she's done a great job of refurbing the airport and welcoming the air races.
Mm-hmm.
So
it's been a lot of growth out there. Over the last,
there's a lot happening.
The flood right in the middle of it, but we've since then now obviously with United Airlines also added into the fold.
That's a good thing.
That in theory doubles the workload out at the airport there now, and so like you said, and the air races and everything else. So it's great to see the museum kind of growing or changing with the times as well, too, here.
Yeah.
And kind of evolving as things evolve out at the Air Center.
Yeah, United has been a great addition. And to have just 2 airlines there brings a little ferv, back to...
Well, it makes it like a real airport, It's like there's, it's like... if you go to the mall at the food court and there's just one food place, then it's kind of not a food court; it's just a food place.
Yeah. So,
now it's an airport because you got
So we get to be out there. We get to be out there 9 to 12 Monday through Friday, and we catch a lot of people that are not involved with the flights. They come out there.
Just happen to go.
Right.
Well, the restaurant's open now.
Yeah.
Since now that there might be some locals that might just come out and have lunch at the airport, and they might swing in to pay a visit to the airport too.
Yeah,
so.
It's we get people that are sort of gearing up for finding places for their RV. It's sort of interesting. I was there yesterday, and there were people there that were asking about, we're any RV spaces around and different things like that. So we're getting there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and maybe there's some pre-gaming for, they're going to come back in September for the air races or something like that.
That's exactly what they're doing.
They're kind of taking.
It's amazing how many people go coast to coast and they pick up different things.
Well, and
Roswell's on their list.
And to be honest, we're setting up year 2 for a much bigger, because last year they kind of did it to see if we could do it.
Yes.
And everyone said, "Oh, they did pull it off. It's pretty good." And so this year, now the classes the big boy classes, the ones that kind of put butts in seats classes, they're going to be able to compete this year because the specs out there have been to their satisfaction. And then pair that with the fact that the U.S. Thunderbirds are also going to be showcased at this year's air show.
Right.
That turns this into basically minor leagues to major leagues overnight, and so expect this year to be probably twice the size of the one you saw last year. My guess, just speculating here.
And last year was pretty awesome. I mean, we had things that B-25 was out there, and there were things like that, and you could actually rent, I guess, or hire to fly in this thing.
That'd be kind of a neat little.
Oh my gosh, that was the people that got out there were wide-eyed.
Yeah,
they came from the flight. So that's the aircraft that used to be a Walker Field.
One of them,
trained a lot of pilots.
That thing rattled a few picture frames on people's houses down in the south end for many years.
It was loud. This one leaked. The oil spots are probably still out there.
I would imagine. Yeah.
It was exciting to see it. Although not everybody was there, there were enough people there. They had rain. When it rained, the aircraft they can't race. So you got tours of the. You
had some downtime there and got to see some things. So there was a blessing in disguise there a little bit.
It was. So, we have the flight simulators out there. We have a number of different things that we offer.
Yeah, that's something that people, the Walker Aviation Museum, yes, the mission, part of the mission is to pay homage and honor what was Roswell Army Airfield, Walker Air Force Base, and the mission that it served. Mostly World War II crew training and things like that, but the mission did evolve a bit until it did close its doors in the 60s there. But so the museum pays homage to that and the life and the things that happened there. Also, because of, during the early Cold War days, Roswell was home to those first generation intercontinental ballistic missiles, the kind of, not, they're all dangerous, but the really first generation ones before they were having fuel cells. They were liquid fueled, and there was a few of less safety features on them than they were for the next generations. But anyway, that was here, so the museum also pays homage to that. But the other mantle is promoting STEM and air and those career fields and allowing youth and others an opportunity to see what's available, STEM-related careers, pretty much anything flight or non-flight related through southeast New Mexico. And, oil field to jobs in aviation industry, but really, and to be honest, like you said, with those simulators, they do have the simulators that are certified full on. Like if you're going to get your pilot's license, your X amount of hours that you need for your log, these simulator hours count towards that. So it's like, this is about as legit as you can get without getting in an airplane and going somewhere.
Yeah.
And so if you have youth or people out there that want to eventually learn to fly, this is an avenue. They could literally come to the Walker Aviation Museum, come and see this. Now, they're going to check you out and get you, but once you kind of where you're proficient on this, they'll give you kind of like a library card kind of thing. And you can really, when the museum's open, you can come by and go. I'm going to go fly to London today, or whatever you're going to do on the simulator.
There's a lot of venues.
And by the way, you could fly pretty much any aircraft out there. This thing's got anything from heavies to Cessnas. I think you can fly a few U.S. military aircraft and everything else too.
It's wonderful, basically. And, you could spend hours there.
Yes.
We had the museum open the other day. Of course, they were cleaning, and I got sort of stuck on flight simulator, and it was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Didn't get back to work as quickly as I needed to be, but it was
things were slacking at the restaurant that day.
so it was a little. It was amazing.
Yeah, it is really, and so if you have, and this is something that we have the daily kind of 9 to noon kind of thing, the set hours during the week here, but also if you have youth groups or civic groups and anything like that, and you want to set up a special tour or special like field trip out to the museum for special that you guys work with groups all the time, kind of work with groups best around 15 or so, and then kind of break them into 2 groups, and one group will kind of be with the simulators, and the other group will work with like the STEM career stuff, and then they'll kind of flip-flop and do the other side. But and then from time to time, special things happen, like every once in a while the Navy will be coming and doing some kind of training or something, and the next thing you know, we'll have some of the homeschool or private school students get to come out and hang out and go climb around on a Navy aircraft from time to time or something like that. Yeah,
we do.
So there's a lot of those opportunities that happen too. So
and there's a lot of great organizations that come down and visit us. And there's over 1,000 careers within aviation. So,
and to be honest, you've seen the world we live in right now with delays, closures, of course, with the TSA stuff going on and the delays. It really is exposing the need for more people in the aviation industry at all levels, from mechanics to pilots to air traffic controllers to ground maintenance and mechanics to logistics and running the scheduling and who goes where to what to whom and when and all that good stuff. That we desperately and COVID, and we've said this 100 times. COVID is really the initial cause of this. When COVID hit, you don't realize many pilots that were kind of on that verge of retiring, or they just retired, and so it left a huge void when they started flying again. We didn't have enough qualified people. And I say pilots, but air traffic controllers, mechanics, the whole line goes on down, and they've been trying to train people fast to get them in there, and you see that's what's going on, and I hate to say it, but this is contributing to how many, at least once a week we turn on the news and there's 2 airplanes that nearly collide in an airport somewhere, or just some kind of incident like that. And it's like a weekly basis, it seems like. And I believe in my heart it's because we are lacking enough globally qualified people to be in this industry to do this stuff. So.
That is correct. And, the training is intense. There's a lot of... Civil Air Patrol is one that enhances the overall training of people.
Yeah, and they've kind of been growing here in this area. They've been kind of stepping up and getting Civil Air Patrol is kind of getting some legs around here again, which is good to see.
Yeah, that is a good thing.
Yeah, so
it is a good thing.
And I know, especially with the college out there, and now they're offering, because of their proximity out there, they can offer some flying and aviation maintenance. That's kind of the cool part about ENMUR is that's a very unique college in that way, is they can offer training that many colleges of its level can't offer because it's not sitting on an old Air Force base.
Yeah. they have great programs out there. They do.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But, kind of bringing it back, we would love to, if you said youth and things, to come out and be a part of that. But also, too, we would love to have people come and visit. You can come on a daily basis, like come today, between 9 and noon, come out. Like I said, there's the actual cafe's been open out there now. So if you want to come have lunch, go out there and get there early, tour the museum, have lunch, then head back to work or the rest of your day here. And it's completely free to see the museum and everything. Yes. If you'd like to make a donation, that would be grateful.
We'll take donations.
But certainly not required here. No. And see exactly just, because it's as much a study of the people that called the base home as it is who begat what to whom and what missions happened where and all that kind of stuff, because you get a lot of when you being as a docent and things, when you're sitting there kind of running the museum, you'll get visitors come through, and especially during like vacation season, like during summer months, you'll get a lot of families that they had a grandparents or somebody that spent time, or maybe then themselves, as children spent time at Walker there or at Roswell Army Airfield, depending on how old they are. And they tell stories of, I remember that used to be the NCO club over there, and that was the gym or whatever, that was, and it really is cool to hear the stories or to hear about, and then there was this restaurant downtown we used to always go on Thursday nights or whatever. You know what I mean? You hear those kind of stories.
Yeah, you do all the time.
Yeah.
And people wander in and they just go, hey, I used to be there. I used to be there. I used to live here. Or my uncle or my aunt.
Yeah.
My mom, my dad.
Yeah. Or look at like relics from time to time. Like I know several, it's been probably more 12 years ago. I don't know what it has been now, but like someone came through town and they donated, they were on the base, the base baseball team, and they had he donated their basically Walker baseball team jacket and uniform and all that stuff.
Jacket's still there.
Yeah, and it's kind of cool that and that a lot of that times that kind of stuff happens organically. People coming through town, it's like, oh yeah, I was stationed here, and books and things, and there's a lot of I remember. This was several years ago. Robert came in and just brought there was like a fair book from the 50s that the museum had in its possession, and it's cool to see that kind of stuff. And the museum really kind of is a stroll down memory lane and stuff.
It is, and we get letters, we get donations, we get loans of merchandise of different items,
artifacts, if
you will. And people still ask. I mean, we get a guy from San Diego that wanted to check on his Boy Scout uniform.
Oh, cool!
That he had when he was a Boy Scout
here in Roswell.
Yeah.
That is so cool.
Yeah.
And that's what the museum is about. Is bringing back that, keeping those memories and that history alive, but also at the same time fostering a path for the future generations to pursue careers and opportunities through aviation maintenance and STEM. So one thing I would like to do also is, especially if you have youth or anything and you want to kind of start saying, hey, you should check some of this stuff out. I'd like to invite you to check out the Walker Aviation Museum's website. It's www.wafbmuseum.org. The WAFB is Walker Air Force Base, the acronym for that, museum.org. You go there. First off, you can kind of read the mission and read about what the museum's all about. But all of a lot of the STEM materials, videos, and a lot of the educational videos and resources and things, a lot of that, there's links right there on the website. There's tabs, and you can kind of go and check that out. Also, if you'd like to donate and support, there's, I believe, some links on the website to do that as well. But also, if you'd like to volunteer and want to learn more about that, there's so many opportunities at many levels to volunteer. Always looking for some fresh faces to serve on the board with fresh ideas and things. But if you want to serve as a docent or a volunteer, or if you're, like you said, you got some new fresh faces that are getting a part of it, and they actually have background expertise in museums and aviation, and so they're applying their knowledge to kind of like some of the, like you were talking at the beginning here, some of the remodeling and reorganization of the museum here and creating a flow to it, so to speak. And Yeah.
Make it more appealing to those people that get off the plane.
Sure.
And just, boom. There it is.
Well, and you have a unique mission. You're not like, I mean, you can be the Smithsonian where people make it a destination to come to, but you're also a museum where you're trying to catch them on the fly kind of thing. It's like, while you're waiting for flights or while you're, getting in your cab or whatever, you go to town or take off, come spend 10 minutes and check us out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And so you kind of have to serve those two missions. So you got to figure out a way. But more volunteers allows more. And to be honest, we would love to see the museum growing to a point where, and obviously with, the growth that's happening out down at the base and down at the airport, especially, with other talk of other museums and things that are going to be coming in serving the aviation industry, it really bodes well for the Walker Aviation Museum and kind of, partnering in and kind of just being a part of that synergy kind of thing. And because it all fits like a glove, it really does.
It does.
It's kind of the future here, but, keeping Walker Aviation Museum and all that as part of the history and the roots of this patch of ground we got here.
Yeah.
So
it's part of where we came from.
Absolutely.
And where we are.
Yeah.
I mean, there's still a base out there. There's still things happening.
And it still looks like a base. I don't care. Anybody says if you spent time on a military base, you cannot help but be down at the south end of town and be like, yeah, it looks like an Air Force base. It just does. You can't take all of it. It just does. You hit those buildings and unfortunately, there are probably a few pieces of equipment that were working in operation capacity since the base was open back that are still in operation that probably should be replaced, fixed, or retired at this point. But
they're working on it.
Yes.
They're working on it.
But please, if you would like to be a part, we'd love to have volunteers. We'd love to see folks come out and visit. Like I said, it's pretty much open Monday through Friday from 9 till about noonish.
9 to
it
noon.
kind of flies. Again, it
Friday.
follows the flight schedule out there. But that's kind of been. But here's the thing, too. If we get more docents, more volunteers, we could add weekend hours. We can add more extended hours, maybe more of a 9 to 5 type scenario.
Yeah, we'd like to catch a 5 o'clock flight. I mean, it's interesting.
There's a whole audience out there that we can get that, until we get more volunteers and more people. Because quite frankly, Doug and Robert, these guys, Robert's retired, but, he's got a lot. Of course, him and his wife are, they're taking care of each other and getting up there in years. And so they've got other priorities. And so they can't be there all the time. And, and so we need more volunteers to help and serve. And so if you'd love to do that, love people, love talking to people, that's pretty, that's kind of to be a docent. That's all you really need is just if you love meeting people, talking with people. And this is going to be kind of a fun opportunity for you.
Yeah, we've got there's some great people. Allie Bishop, Bob Donnell, Stephen Miller, of course, Jennifer Adams.
Yes.
She's been wonderful. And Robert Sherman, of course, he's always a good guy. And
he's been a very much integral part, along with many of those names you've been saying for quite a few years. Julianne Howerson,
Julianne has been wonderful.
Absolutely, yeah. We've got a great board members, but we can always use a few more out there, a few fresh faces and more fresh ideas and things. And it's really is kind of an exciting time for the museum and just the potential and where we could go with this and where the possibilities are as we kind of see the evolution of the air races and the growth out at the Air Center. So it's all part of that. So come be a part too. So WAFBmuseum.org is the website. Come on down. Come today. Like I said, if you get out in there about 9:30, they should start seeing everything opening up out there and you can come there. Or if you want to get there a little later and then have some lunch afterwards, come do that too. But they'll be open till about noon, like you said, each day. So. Is there anything, Doug, you wanted to share? Anything we wanted to cover that we just skipped over or got spaced over? Didn't talk about?
I think we pretty much covered everything. I'd like to do a shot for my day job.
Yeah.
There's going to be
kind of a. Don't look 50, but you celebrating a birthday over there.
Portales Cattle Barons and the company celebrating 50 years.
Yeah.
We're going to be celebrating. We have celebrated here at one of the locations, Cattle Barn Roswell, but we got Pasta Cafe coming up next week on the 16th.
So they'll be there 50th. Okay.
Yeah, it'll be they're joining in the party because that building up in Portales is an old storefront.
Okay.
And, so
I've never eaten at the Portales location.
Yeah, that's the original.
Okay.
And that is the original store from Dora.
Okay.
They moved there, but we've obviously remodeled it about 6 or 7 times.
Updated just a wee bit.
Yeah,
but, yeah.
and then added a bar and so on and so forth. But 50 years.
Good deal.
So I haven't been around that long.
He's only 27.
Yeah. So that's summers, how many winters. But anyhow, I wanted to do a plug for that.
Absolutely. So is it next week they're going to do the
next week they're going to do the ribbon cutting?
Okay, so they'll do like a big I say grand opening, but celebration, I guess you could say.
Celebration.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah,
I imagine they'll probably have a few dinner specials or food specials, drink specials, things, and of course it's the Cattle Baron family of food, quality of food, so everything you get, whether it's Pasta Cafe food or Cattle Baron food or Farley's food or whatever, they got you covered here. So, and matter of fact, I was telling them we've been doing. I had Farley's for lunch on Saturday over there, and had I went with pizza this time. I was in a mood for pizza, so I got the because they're
great.
Well, and the pizzas are like
wood fired.
Yeah, but my problem is it's too much for me to eat at one setting, but almost not enough to take home.
Yeah.
It's the middle of it's only like one piece left, but I don't want to eat it because I'm going to die. But I don't want to take it home because it's just one piece. So I don't know what to do with my hands.
You know what they say, you know what they say, bring the appetite with you.
That's true. That's my problem with I can never finish it, and it's never enough to take you know what I mean? It's not enough leftovers to worth take home. So it's the crux of so I need a friend to eat one piece of pizza when I go. My wife won't do it. Sorry. She's
after you eat, join us at the Walker Museum.
Yeah, come on down and see the museum.
Come down and see us.
Yeah, come on down. And if Farley, I do have to ask this question, and I'm sure it's a reason for it, because I'm not going to lie, I miss it. And I'm sure it's probably for sanitary health reasons, but I miss it. I know you probably already know what I'm going to ask. Because COVID is kind of when it shut down. But am I the only one that misses the big hunk blocks of cheese at the end of the salad bar?
Well, that's for environmentalists. It's
I was about to say there's probably somebody shut that down, but man, I don't get me wrong, salad bar's amazing, but it ain't the same unless there's a big hunking block of cheese at the end that I can carve my knife into.
I haven't been able to do that.
I know.
A number of years.
People ruined it for everybody. Dang it. Good Lord intended us just to have a big hunk of cheese at the end of the salad bar. That's the way God intended.
It was an eye catcher.
Sometimes I didn't even want cheese. I'm just going to have it anyway because there's a big hunk of cheese right here.
50-pound blocks of cheese. One Monterey Jack, one cheddar. Boom.
I'm not going to lie. I would, be damned.
Yeah.
Bring the cheese back. This will be our hill we die on.
We fought that. We had dairy farmers from Wisconsin send letters, and
man, I'm not gonna lie. That was Cattle Baron's amazing, and I love the stuff. But that was like one of my favorite things was to get up. Even if I didn't want cheese, I'm getting cheese.
You're not the only one that brings that up. Let me tell
you. And there's another thing that I've never had, but I have it on the salad bar because you always have it. And I've never had it this way. It's the ranch beans on the salad. The thing of the ranch. I love them, but they're cold. And I've never every time I eat ranch beans, it's like in the hot, and I'm like, but I love them that way. But I never ever eat cold ranch beans unless I get them from the salad bar at the Cattle Baron.
Yeah.
And then I just that's supposed to be hot, and then I eat it it tastes good cold though.
They're great cold.
Yeah,
good for you.
One of those things I never
you don't serve at home.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But that's one of those ones I was like, that's not supposed to, but I'm going to do it anyway. And I'm like, yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, so congratulations on the 50th celebration here. And come on out and support a business that's a local New Mexico business that's been a part of the fabric of South New Mexico for 50 plus years here. So it's great to see that. So good to see your traditions there. And it's great to see that. And to be honest, they've really done a great job over the years. Obviously ownerships, things have changed hands over the 50 years and stuff. But in the world of restaurants, it is really hard to have a restaurant success for 50 years, let alone a string of restaurants success for 50 years. Most are done in a year, or most can't handle it. And not only do they provide it at the level of quality and service they do, and that's the reason why they've been around for years. So kudos to you and your
Thank
group.
you very much. Cool.
So come see some airplanes, come see some history, and then come eat some delicious pasta or steaks or whatever you're
we're
into.
there at the airport. 9 to 12, Monday through Friday.
Yep.
If you want to do a special tour, give us a call.
Absolutely.
You can call us at 575-755-8723.
And wafbmuseum.org is the website. Good deal. Well, thank you, Doug. You made me hungry. Now I'm kind of like, I got to go rustle up some food there. But
should have brought a pizza.
You know what? You will never have people mad at when you walk around giving people pizza. I'm just saying. You want to make friends? Carry a pizza.
It's a staple.
That's right. Well, thank you, Doug. We appreciate it. We'll see you next time.
Rich Thomason in Washington. It's a big day for world peace, the words of President Trump, now that Iran has agreed to a 2-week ceasefire and negotiations over a longer-term peace proposal drafted by Tehran. One key aspect of the ceasefire calls for Iran to allow ships to pass safely through the Strait of Hormuz. And despite the ceasefire announcement, there have been reports of missile fire persisting this morning. And while Israel has agreed to the ceasefire with Iran, it is insisting it will not stop attacking Hezbollah targets in Lebanon. The ceasefire has fired up Wall Street, with stocks sharply higher this morning, and global markets have been soaring as well as oil prices drop sharply. Right now, the Dow is trading about 1,200 points higher for a gain of 2.5%. The Nasdaq up 613, and the S&P better by 150 points. More details, srnnews.com.
Now, time for another Otis Advisory. Remember the war on women? Is that still a thing or what? Do girls still go off to finishing school? What happens there? Let's say your name is still Debbie in your Peter Pan collar, and you're still developmentally optimistic. Then you've probably missed the short squeeze altogether. And that's good. Sorry this all sounds so white, but after the big Flashlights Matter movement of the last 10 years, the war on women is pretty tame. Bring your wife to work day is only once a year, so honey, when opportunity knocks, don't complain about the noise. Get after it. You can still wang chung when you need to. Even before the war on women, you could tell a Pop-Tart from a Captain's wafer. You thought DWI meant doing what I like. Wait, is that too many letters? But either way, you can't conquer the world in bad shoes. It's just not done. So no more standing behind the velvet ropes for you. Hell no, Debbie or not. You are done being a super spreader for anybody. Look, the Taliban didn't have enough girls in management, and look what happened to them. Hell is real, and heat rises. That's critical Otis theory.
I got a work order here to deliver some jokes. Where you want them, lady? I don't have all day.
You know how sometimes you go to bed and wake up with a broken ankle? Well, the war on women is kind of like that. It's never gonna happen either, so get over it. This your Uncle Otis, sporty yet sophisticated, and I'll see you at the Peace March.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. A little bit breezy today. We have high pressure over the area, sunshine, and we're going up to about 80. Overnight will be clear with upper 40s, and then mostly sunny Thursday, at least in the morning. We do have a very slight chance of an afternoon shower. Mid-80s on the high, a little bit better chance of rain coming in on Fridays, scattered showers, and low 80s. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton, and that's your latest forecast.
All across America, this is the Red Apple Audio Network's Market Report, sponsored by Abacus Global Management.
Good morning, I'm John Terrett. Stocks spent almost all of Tuesday in the red ahead of President Trump's Iran and Strait of Hormuz deadline. And then right at the end of the day, literally in the last hour, the Nasdaq and the S&P 500 squeaked into the green. And this came amid reports that Pakistan, the lead mediator between Tehran and Washington, had put a serious peace proposal on the table. Reports at the time said it included an extension of the Trump deadline for 2 weeks and the reopening of the strait for the same time period. So that is why at the end of the day you saw the Dow in the red, but the Nasdaq and the S&P 500 in the green. Energy was a clear standout, of course. Why wouldn't it be? Global oil prices surging above $110 per barrel. Remember, at the start of the year, it was more like $60 per barrel. Company news, Apple shares fell about 4%, closing down 2% on reports that there are delays tied to its new foldable iPhone. Microsoft's Bill Gates is going to appear before the House Oversight Committee looking into the Jeffrey Epstein affair on June the 10th. And in the world of music, Pershing Square's Bill Ackerman is offering $64 billion to buy the whole of Universal Music. Universal shares have been falling lately, and the shareholders are fed up with that and they want it to stop. With business, I'm John Terrett.
This is the Red Apple Audio Network's Market Report, sponsored by Abacus Global Management.
What if the future of finance wasn't built around averages, but around you? At Abacus Global Management, we're reshaping financial planning around the most personal data point, your lifespan. But it's more than just insight, it's control. As a technology-driven asset manager, we're empowering investors with an integrated system to take command of your time, your future, your financial destiny. This is a new era of investing. Take control at abacusgm.com.
Artesia General Hospital presents Seasonal Reminders for a Healthier Spring. With new growth all around us, spring is the perfect time to refresh your health. Start with the air you breathe. Replace home air filters and reduce allergens indoors. Step outside and move your body daily. Even a short walk can improve mood and heart health. Add colorful fruits and vegetables to your meals for natural energy and immune support. And don't put off preventive care. A simple checkup today can make a big difference tomorrow. Make this spring your healthiest yet. These healthy living reminders are brought to you by Artesia General Hospital, ready to take care of you and your family.
When you or a loved one need medical transport, Trans-Aero answers the call. Trans-Aero Medevac operates 3 rotorcraft bases and 1 fixed-wing base in southeastern New Mexico, allowing them to respond quickly to emergencies across diverse terrains. Their fleet extends coverage deep into New Mexico and West Texas, including Artesia, Carlsbad, Roswell, Ruidoso, Midland, Lubbock, and the surrounding areas, ready to answer the call when every second counts. Trans-Aero Medevac, proudly serving southeastern New Mexico and West Texas. Flown for free, thanks to the partnership from the City of Artesia and Trans-Aero Medevac. Life support by air.
Hey, take me out of my old trade. Take me out of my ride.
Hey Roswell, spring out of your old car, truck, or SUV today and hop into a new Ford or quality pre-owned vehicle with massive savings during the spring out sales event at Roswell Ford. Are you still making payments on your current vehicle and want out early? Your friends at Roswell Ford need your trade today, so we're willing to overpay even if you owe up to $10,000 more than your trade is worth. We'll do whatever it takes to help you escape so you can upgrade to a new Ford or quality pre-owned vehicle. Worried about your credit? Don't sweat it. Roswell Ford has partnered with more aggressive lenders that will push to approve your credit with great rates and terms, even if it's less than perfect. Lower prices, exceptional trade-in values, and a better buying experience. Get on board at Roswell Ford, 821 North Main Street in beautiful Roswell. Call 575-623-3673 or online at roswellford.com. Interest accrues from date of sale with approved credit, subject to lender approval. Offers not combined.
Your home is your sanctuary, and the land it's built on is even more precious. So when termites start devouring your house, you want a proven treatment that's environmentally responsible. You want the Centricon Termite Colony Elimination System. The Centricon system is the green way to protect homes from subterranean termites. Rather than surrounding your house with hundreds of gallons of diluted chemical solution, the Centricon system strategically uses just a few grams of active ingredient in termite bait, working with natural termite behavior to destroy termite colonies. With this technology, it's no wonder the Centricon system became the only termite treatment to receive the Presidential Green Chemistry Challenge Award from the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency. And homeowners rate the Centricon system as the most environmentally sound termite treatment. Your home is your sanctuary, so monitor, bait, and eliminate termites with the Centricon system. Think of it as your own little piece on Earth.
Call Bob Reed Pest Control today for all of Southeast New Mexico. 575-623-5344.
When you need
tough, reliable equipment that gets the job done right. Turn to your local Kubota experts. Right now at Amigo Machinery in Roswell, dig into savings. Get 0 down and 0% for up to 36 months, or save up to $9,000 on select Kubota construction equipment. Strong, steady, unstoppable. Amigo Machinery, 2801 Southeast Main Street in Roswell, or call 575-624-2026. Amigo Machinery, your trusted local Kubota dealer for all of Southeast New Mexico.
At Richland Motors, it's never been easier to sell or trade your current car, truck, or SUV for a newer model to hit the road in. Even if you don't purchase from Richland, they want to buy your vehicle for top dollar. But if you do buy from Richland, don't forget, they're the home of the powertrain warranty for life. That's a whole lot of confidence for you. See Richland for details. 2nd and Sycamore and 1309 Southeast Main.
The great one, Mark Levin, is now in Roswell on 106.5 KEND Roswell.
Breaking news this hour from Town Hall. I'm Rich Thomason. Stock markets worldwide rocketing higher as oil prices tumble following word of the 2-week U.S.-Iran ceasefire, allowing for further negotiations and a reopening of the Strait of Hormuz. President Trump calls it a big day for world peace. Joint Chiefs Chairman General Dan Kane quick to remind Iran that the U.S. military is not going anywhere.
Let us be clear, a ceasefire is a pause, and the joint force remains ready if ordered or called upon to resume combat operations.
As the countdown continues to America's 250th birthday this July 4th, interest in God's providence over the life of our nation is on the rise. Author Cynthia Scott says key moments in our history, from the time of the Pilgrims and Puritans right up to today, clearly point to God's influence over America.
I have to say that in terms of the topic of this book, which is God's hand on the founding of America, there's great interest because I think it's history that we've not been taught. So I do see a great interest in what God has done in America, and there's a great interest for people to know it. There's a hunger for the truth.
Cynthia Scott is author of the book Celebrating God, our founder at America's 250th birthday, and she hopes the volume will make documented, scripture-based prayer part of history for all Americans. President Trump says the U.S. will work with Iran to dig up enriched uranium. It was buried by last summer's airstrikes. And the president, while not mentioning China or Russia by name, threatens punishing tariffs on any country that tries to rearm Iran during the ceasefire. Georgia's 14th congressional district seat to remain in Republican hands. Clay Fuller has won a special runoff election, filling the seat vacated by Marjorie Taylor Greene. Checking in on Wall Street now, the Dow is up 1,071 points. The Nasdaq ahead 559, the S&P 140 points higher. More on these stories, townhall.com.
Just hearing the word IRS can make people break out in a cold sweat.
Everybody wants cheap airfare, but where do you find it? You call Low Cost Airlines. Their prices are direct from the airlines, and they're so low you can't find these fares published anywhere. They specialize in cheap flights, discount hotel rooms, cheap car rental rates, and great package deals anywhere around the world. Wherever you want to go, they can help you get there cheaply and with a best price guarantee. If you want the lowest prices on your airline tickets or other travel services, call now. That's right, call. That's the only way to get these rates. Experts are standing by 24/7 to get you the cheapest airfare and hotel rates available. So don't wait. Call right now for the lowest travel prices anywhere and for great last-minute travel deals too.
Call 866-755-5300. That's 866-755-5300. Again, that's 866-755-5300. Call us right now.
Delta passengers on domestic and short-haul international flights will now pay $45 for the first checked bag, $55 for the second. A third bag will now cost $200, a $50 increase. It's a response to higher jet fuel prices tied to the war in Iran. United Airlines and JetBlue raised bag fees last week. Jet fuel typically ranks as the second largest expense for airlines after labor. Analysts say U.S. carriers are more likely to lean on ancillary fees to offset the higher expenses. I'm Ed Donahue.
Taiwan opposition leader Chung Li-won has arrived in China at the invitation of President Xi in what the Taiwanese official calls a journey for peace. The visit comes as Beijing pushes for the self-governed island to come under its control. This is the first visit by a Taiwanese opposition leader in a decade. News and analysis, townhall.com. It's clear that someone in Indianapolis does not like data centers.
An Indiana politician says someone fired 13 shots at his front door and left behind a note reading "No data centers" on his doorstep. Indianapolis Councilman Ron Gibson said he and his 8-year-old son weren't harmed in the incident early Monday. Officers called to a home on East 41st Street on Monday morning found evidence of gunshots being fired at a house, but no injuries were reported. Gibson supported the Indianapolis Metropolitan Development Commission's decision last week to approve a rezoning petition for a project for Metro Blocks, a data center developer in Gibson's district. Keith Peters reporting.
Air travelers will soon be facing restrictions on how many portable chargers they can carry on a flight. The move comes as the airlines keep trying to reduce the risk of another lithium battery fire aboard their jets. More on these stories, townhall.com.
What in the wide world of sports is going on here?
I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man on this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number. I leave it on and then I slumber. I hear the rhythm ringing through it. Flamenco guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. The tabloid said, what does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican radio.
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 6 minutes after 9 o'clock. Welcome to hour number 3.
Crazy Guillermo's
of Mornings with Mike Winters, right here on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM. Happy Wednesday, everybody.
Yes.
Hope your day is going just delightful. Kind of a sunny day.
Yeah.
In between the rainses.
A little bit of a breeze going on, and the fog, I think, has finally lifted.
Like, I didn't witness any rain last night, but I saw evidence of rain.
Yeah.
So I don't know when it rained. Maybe it's 2 in the morning.
It was funny. The night before, I didn't hear any rain, but I know it did rain. I put a YouTube video on of the 10-hour nonstop rainfall video. So I heard rain, and then I got outside, and the ground was wet, and I was like I was already still kind of half asleep anyway. So I'm like, did I will this into existence?
All right.
Hey, that worked. Hey,
this AI stuff's getting good.
Too real, man. Too real.
Yeah, but but we're kind of in the betwixt because tomorrow we got rain chances and Friday, Saturday, pretty good ones. So we'll see how it all shapes up.
Yep.
I can't complain.
Lord.
There you go. Yeah, I mean, we can never complain around here.
And Skywater? Heck yeah.
And to be honest, this is the better way. You know, normally when we get rain, it's usually in the form of 5 inches in an hour. You know, now, this is like over a week.
Yeah, and I like a nice, extended storm system.
Yeah.
It comes in and hangs out for a little while.
So. And but I'm not going to lie, I don't like, do I wear a T-shirt today? Do I wear a long sleeve shirt? Do I wear a coat? I don't know what I'm wearing today.
That's the beauty of the New Mexico system. You dress in layers.
Yeah. Well, and because allegedly it's going to be 80 today, but I'm like, I am nowhere ready to be wearing 80-degree clothing right now. I'm cold.
Now, maybe I'm weird, but this is, whenever I get really, really cold, especially like in hot times, like right when it gets like in the 80s, 90s, in hot times, I always sit and think I'm freezing, but I really I take it for granted when I'm hot, so I should enjoy it now because I could be hot, but I'm not. I'm cold. Right. It's like I don't want a frozen banana now, but I'm going to want a regular banana later. So yeah.
So I mean, I understand your logic because I too share these weird brain problems.
Right.
But at the end of the day, you're saying I'm going to suffer some now because I could suffer worse later. Mm-hmm. That's the logic you're using, right?
Because the bad of cold.
That's not logical logic.
The bad of cold is bad, but the bad of hot is worse. So this bad outweighs that bad, I guess.
You will never hear me complaining about the heat because I despise the cold.
Yeah.
I'm the exact opposite. I'm like, you can put stuff on. You can always put on another coat.
And I'm, as I'm aging, my preferences are shifting. Because I was about I mean, exactly, your theory. I can take off. I can always add more things. I can only take off so much before I'm in jail.
Well, yes.
But nowadays, I'm like, there are days where I'm throwing on a coat, and it's supposed to not be cold, but I want another coat.
Right.
I'm like, this sucks.
See, and here's also one of the downfalls of GLP-1s that people don't talk about. Yeah, you guys, everybody's losing weight and feeling fantastic, but what you don't have is a fat flap. These things are handy. When you're driving, you tuck your phone right here. It's great. Your hands are a little cold. It's nature's pocket. I mean, fat flap is great. Get a little extra belly here. That thing is handy. It's like a multi-tool.
I'm not trying to get gross here, but, and of course Gary knows this, you know what they tell you in the military when your hands are cold, where to put them?
Yes, yeah.
So it's because it's one of the warmest spots of your body.
Well, that's right. It's nature's pocket.
Hence, it's make it a solo game, but little pocket billiards is in order for us.
They actually talk about that. There was an episode of Futurama where they go to try to save, I think it was like some frozen planet or whatever. And he says, if your hands get cold, put them between your bottom, the cheeks of your bottom. It's nature's pocket. And then later he says, mind that nobody picks your pocket.
You can pick your own pocket, but you can't pick your friend's pocket.
I pity
the fool. Yeah. Oh, man, yeah. And I remember as a kid when pocket pool was popular. I mean, not like to do, but to say.
Where were you going with that?
I know you guys do things differently on the East Coast, but
not to participate in, but to use the term pocket pool.
The last time I've heard it used was in the movie Black Sheep.
Yeah.
Is the old lady in the parking lot.
I recall in high school it having a popularity. Yeah. So that would have been late 80s, early 90.
Well, and that was
like 88,
when they
89.
actually had the pocket pool set.
but when we referred to the term as playing pocket
that's okay. The kids are in school now.
Yes, you're playing pocket pool. But always the running joke is, it's fine to play pocket pool, but you're playing away games. And that's where the problem lies.
Yeah, that's fair.
The chamber does not condone this conversation.
does not reflect the views of Mornings with Mike Winters and staff or management.
Sometimes you got to take a road trip. That's all I'm saying. All right, we should probably get the hour going. Yes,
that
would be a good thing to do. Let me give you a rundown for this hour of the show. We'll get you up to date in the weather, all that here in just a little bit. Spoiler alert, it's nice today. Rain chances like the rest of the week. And then shortly thereafter, Gary Thrine, that's the guy you heard earlier, joining us from the Roswell Chamber of Commerce, give us an update on events and things happening through the Roswell Chamber. Later on the hour, we'll get you up to date on the news of the national variety. I want to say local, but it's national. And whatever else we can come up with for this hour of the show. Before we do that, though, I do want to put this on your calendar. April 18th and 19th is the Art Fair Arts and Crafts Show, featuring handmade, local, and original items distilled by Roswell's makers, aged to perfection here in Nuevo Mexico. It's going to be April 18th and 19th next weekend. It's going to be at 212 East 4th Street, featuring fine arts, crafts, decor, gifts, unique goods from independent creators. Saturday, the 18th, hours will be from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Sunday, the 19th, from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m., admission is free. So, I know we're getting up on Mother's Day and Father's Day. Gifts might be some good stuff there, things for yourself
I heard
or whatever.
crafts, I heard makers, but I also heard distill.
Yeah.
So you might come thirsty.
Yeah, just saying. So, but that'll be April 18th and 19th, 212 East 4th Street here in Roswell. So come on down and get ready for the art fair, arts and craft show. All right, it is 9:14. Let's get you up to date on the weather. If I can get to the button. There she blows.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. A little bit breezy today. We have high pressure over the area, sunshine, and we're going up to about 80. Overnight will be clear with upper 40s, and then mostly sunny Thursday, at least in the morning. We do have a very slight chance of an afternoon shower. Mid-80s on the high, a little bit better chance of rain coming in on Friday, scattered showers, and low 80s. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton, and that's your latest forecast.
Thank you, Steve. Currently 53 degrees here in Roswell. Humidity is at 74%. Winds are at the moment out of the south at 10 miles per hour. For today, no talk of rain. Pretty nice day, actually. Sunny skies. Our expected high today is at 82. Winds will be out of the south, 10 to 15 miles per hour. Tonight, skies will be clear. Looking at an overnight low of 48 degrees. South winds 5 to 15 miles per hour. Thursday, rain chances back in the forecast. There's a 20% chance for afternoon showers tomorrow. Otherwise, sunny and 86. South winds 5 to 15 miles per hour. Friday, we are looking at a 40% chance at afternoon showers and thunderstorms. Mostly sunny and 82. South winds 5 to 15 miles per hour. Friday night, our chance of rain bumps up to 60%. Mostly cloudy, overnight low of 55. Saturday, we are looking at a 70% chance at showers and thunderstorms, mostly cloudy and 78 for a high. 30% chance of rain Saturday night, mostly cloudy, overnight low of 52. And then Sunday, sunny and breezy, but a 20% chance of rain, a high in the upper 70s, right around 78. And then after Sunday, looks like they're done talking about rain. We'll start next week. Low 80s on Monday, upper 70s by Tuesday of next week. So enjoy the rain because we don't get it often, but it looks like we might get some. So knock on wood, do your rain dance, wash your cars, all that good stuff. All right, it is 16 minutes after 9 o'clock. We're going to take a 3-minute commercial break, pay a few bills, and then we will talk with the folks in the Roswell Chamber. Brandon, also Gary joining us as well. Don't go away. You're listening to Mornings with Mike Winters.
Hey, take me out of my old trade. Take me out of my ride.
Hey, Roswell, spring out of your old car, truck, or SUV today and hop into a new Ford or quality pre-owned vehicle with massive savings during the Spring Out Sales event at Roswell Ford. Are you still making payments on your current vehicle and want out early? Your friends at Roswell Ford need your trade today, so we're willing to overpay even if you owe up to $10,000 more than your trade is worth. We'll do whatever it takes to help you escape so you can upgrade to a new Ford or quality pre-owned vehicle. Worried about your credit? Don't sweat it. Roswell Ford has partnered with more aggressive lenders that will push to approve your credit with great rates and terms, even if it's less than perfect. Lower prices, exceptional trade-in values, and a better buying experience. Get on board at Roswell Ford, 821 North Main Street in beautiful Roswell. Call 575-623-3673 or online at roswellford.com. Interest accrues from date of sale with approved credit, subject to lender approval. Offers not combined.
Do you have missing teeth or would like them replaced? If you think dental implants are not affordable, think again. At Maupin & Brown Dentistry, their goal has always been to provide the highest quality dentistry in a state-of-the-art office at a reasonable price. They routinely treat patients that have traveled out of town for a consultation but cannot afford the treatment quoted. Now, if this sounds like your story, come in today. As one of New Mexico's largest users of the world-class Nobel brand implants, they're able to purchase in volume. home and pass the savings on to you.
So, if you're missing a tooth or have loose dentures, call today for a free evaluation, which includes a free 3D x-ray. You'll be given treatment options with an honest evaluation with no hard sell or arm twisting. But don't take our word for it. Just ask one of the thousands of patients they've treated. Maupin & Brown Dentistry, your choice for experienced, affordable, state-of-the-art dentistry. Call 627-0141 or visit maupinbrown.com.
This is Melanie from Glenn's Furniture, and I'm here to tell you watching the game from a sorry recliner is not how life should be enjoyed. You could have a power recliner with an adjustable headrest in your favorite spot right now. American built and a solid guarantee are the reasons we stand behind our recliners, and you can be confident in the service we provide. So pull your backsides from that old chair and cheer for your team in style. Come down and see us at Glenn's on the corner of Union and Alameda, where delivery is free since 1953.
Spring is here, and Fulkerson has a few spring HVAC tips to help you get ready. Check for uneven temperatures from room to room. Replace your filter and pay attention to sounds that your unit makes. A professional spring checkup helps catch these issues early. And with the Right Fit membership from Fulkerson, you can rest assured knowing your unit is ready. With biannual maintenance and a reduced dispatch fee, even in the middle of the night. Call 575-319-9984 to find out more. Fulkerson Plumbing and Heating, proudly serving Roswell and surrounding areas.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. Bamboo plants can grow up to 36 inches in a day. So if you're told you're growing like a weed, you can say, no, I'm growing like a bamboo. Here's Mike Winters.
And then they'll give you a weird look. Good morning. It is 20 minutes after 9 o'clock. And joining us in studio this morning from the Roswell Chamber of Commerce, our new chamber director, I guess he's been chamber director for a bit now, but I guess kind of technically making a public appearance.
Yeah. Right, we are debuting him.
There you go. Brandon Williams joining us on the radio this morning, and Gary Thrine, membership coordinator as well. Good morning, guys.
Good morning.
How's life in y'all's world this morning?
Optimistically fantastic.
There you go. How was Easter?
Good. It was great.
Yeah.
Great Easter.
Of course, you got your kids and everything and all that. And I know you got grandkids and stuff. So
we actually went to Carlsbad to spend the day with one of the kids.
Are they of
grandkids.
rolling egg and Easter egg hunting age and all that?
Yes.
Good deal.
Yes.
Y'all do that stuff?
The grandson was very excited about the...
Excited, was he?
Excited about finding
Excellent.
And he didn't need much coaching on where to go look for him.
That dog can hunt, huh?
Yes. Yeah.
There we go. How was your...
Easter, it was good. We went racing. So we do some dirt track racing over in Las Cruces. So went and did that and then came back and did the Easter egg hunt.
Bikes or cars or
cars, race cars.
Okay, cool.
Race cars. So, we went and did that. And this weekend they'll have another one. And this one they'll actually do the Easter egg hunt with all the kids. So it's kind of cool.
It's nice. So they get like kind of a tiered Easter.
Yep.
It's like when you have like Christmas, when you got to have the one grandparent Christmas and the other grandparent Christmas and your regular Christmas.
Yeah, right. That's right. They do the same thing at 4th of July, too. They celebrate like a week after, and so you get double the fireworks.
Nice. Good deal.
Yeah.
Good deal. Well, that's awesome. I love it. But
so you're one of the ones that terrorizes my dogs.
Well, it's way over on the other side of the state, so it wouldn't be me.
Not him personally.
They hate fireworks.
Yeah, that's kind of the. I've always been one of those guys that I'm fine with them, but it's just keep it in your own yard, and clean up your mess. Like, I can't stand trying to drive down the street and I'm like, because I'm really running over 8 pounds of fountains and cones and Lord knows what else is out there.
Well, since we don't have the public display now, everybody in the neighborhood does their own display.
Sure.
And we actually had one of our chickens have a heart attack this last 4th of July.
That's sad, but it's sad. But as from a comedic brain to watch it. My God, to watching a chicken's like, my God.
Exactly.
There's a comedic element there, Gary. I'm sorry. Not trying to be mean, but like, well, guess we're having chicken for dinner tonight.
Yeah. Oh gosh. Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. But cool.
I hadn't thought of it that way.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just it's like this is like setting up for a comedy sitcom. I'm telling you right now. Very good. But we unfortunately we don't have time to watch chickens have heart attacks because the schedule is pretty busy for the Roswell Chamber of Commerce right now. We got a lot of events. Spring. As the weather gets warmer, people want to do things. They want to have ribbon cuttings. They want to have, you know what I mean? They want to do events. And so now that the weather's getting nice, that's exactly what's kind of happening is events are happening. Things are planning. Businesses are expanding. They're coming to town. They're, life's happening. So it's good stuff.
Anniversaries, major anniversaries, 50-year anniversaries, 51-year anniversaries.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Wow. We're getting up to like more expensive gift level anniversaries now. We're way past paper and stuff. We're up to like gold and silver and
yeah. That's right.
Well, that would be some awesome door prizes.
This is true. Oh, that's the rule. When you turn 50, you got to give people stuff. That's how it works.
There you go. Gotta do it.
Very good. Well, good deal. Well, let's dive in. Let's start at the beginning.
All right.
What's on the calendar, on the radar for everyone here now?
Well, we've had folks rejoin the chamber that have stepped away for a few years.
Okay.
And they are coming back.
To quote Mr. Katia, welcome back.
Well, I'm going to go back to the beginning of March because we had a really big March. And we started out with Casa Maria and Sunset Via Healthcare rejoining the chamber.
Very good.
And as platinum members.
Very nice.
And then we had Rio Pecos Medical Associates also rejoin the chamber after stepping away for several years.
Good deal.
As platinum members. We have the Buzz Buggy, and I think we talked about that this last time with, Sean and I talked about
that's right.
She has the mobile bar. And so I think I'm trying to work it with her to talk to other members when they have their ribbon cuttings or business after hours to roll up and kind
of like a bar food truck.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That's why I called the Buzz Buggy.
Nice. Because at first I'm hearing it, I'm like, you've seen those concepts where you see them in cities where they literally are like on this 10-person bike with a table. And they're drinking while they're biking around town. So I was like, is it something like that? What are we talking here? So I had questions.
And then we had Macias Electric join as well, and they're going to do a combination ribbon cutting because that's a husband and wife team,
like a two-piece and a biscuit.
We're gonna knock out 2 ribbon cuttings in one. For them, and
that'll save on ribbon.
Date to be determined. Yeah, we'll do 2 actual.
We're
photos.
cutting costs on ribbon on this one.
We'll do 2 actual photos, but it's just easier with their schedules.
Sure.
That we can do it all at once. And then J.P. Stone came back to the family.
Very cool.
And Brandon was the spearhead on that, bringing them back. And they initially came back as business level members, and then they recalibrated their thoughts about it, and they are now have upgraded to platinum members.
Well, welcome back, and congratulations. Thank you.
And then we have the Alliance with Deborah Dixon. She has all kinds of services, commercial services and stuff. And she is works out of her home, so we're going to do her ribbon cutting in the conference room.
In her living room. I'm just kidding.
No, in the conference room. That's one thing, folks. If you have a home-based business and you want to join the chamber, I'm not going to make the red coats all come over to your house.
Unless you want us
and
to.
And invite the whole city over to your house to do your ribbon cutting. No, we can do that in the conference room at the chamber.
You might want to put out some pizza rolls.
Yeah. That way we can, and that way your privacy stays private.
Sure, absolutely.
But we still get a chance to promote you and
absolutely
and welcome you to the family. We have Tia Sophia's Roswell.
They are now open.
They are now open.
You can smell them.
We did their.
They're only like a block away.
We did their ribbon cutting. They are another one that had. They are at 51 years in Santa Fe, and now they've opened up a restaurant here in Roswell. And let me tell you, the food is awesome because we had the ribbon cutting this last Friday morning. And stuck around for breakfast afterwards, and oh my goodness!
I know the reputation precedes them.
You must be hungry
Yeah.
because otherwise, if you're not a big eater, you're going to have to take leftovers with you.
Well, that's not a problem. Half the fun is bringing it home with you. So, my understanding is for now they're only open for breakfast and lunch service. I think they plan to open for dinner service here in the near future.
I believe the hours are like 6 to 2.
Yeah,
somewhere in that time.
My understanding that's their plan for now. Is
stop by and see them and tell them Gary said hello.
There you go.
But
do the you'd be a mouthful of food.
And then to close out March, we have Jobs for America's Graduates.
Okay.
And that's kind of a spin-off, similar organization as to Youth Challenge and Job Corps.
Okay.
And so they're working with teenage kids.
Okay.
And,
is it more at-risk stuff, or is it all the whole gamut there?
I can't honestly answer that. They are nonprofit, but they do the similar things to helping the kids how to do a resume, how to prepare for a job interview.
Well, if someone's listening and needs those services, call the chamber. We'll get you in touch with them.
Yeah, exactly. We'll connect you with them. And then kicking off April, we have the Southeastern. I kept telling the guy when I was talking to him, I kept asking him, is it Southeastern or Southwestern? He kept correcting me. It's Southeastern New Mexico Down Syndrome Foundation.
Okay.
And they are a nonprofit, and they do a lot of cool things for Down syndrome kids. They help the parents get through the...
I think they offer like support for families, resources to healthcare and things like that.
And they have occasional fund drives, walks and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm excited to see where they go with all of this and how we can help them out.
Absolutely.
And
that's the crux that's living in Roswell. You're in a state in the Southwest, but you're in the southeast part of the Southwest state.
Right.
Yeah.
I have a long story about that.
Yeah, tongue twisters.
Of how the Army put me here in Roswell.
Yeah.
I had asked for an East Coast assignment. I got the East Coast of New Mexico
you got
in
Roswell.
It's got the beachfront without the beach.
That's right.
Exactly. That's what I tell people when they call me from Hawaii. Hey, what's it like? And I'm like, well, we have all of the beach, just none of the water.
That's right.
That's right. Yeah.
That's right.
But and then yesterday I received a phone call from in at the Mountain of the Gods.
Okay.
And they had kind of stepped away for a couple years.
Okay.
And they are rejoining and upgrading from Emerald to Platinum.
Okay.
And so my red coats are all going to be blowing my phone up because they're like, when's the ribbon cutting? Are we going to do a business after hours?
I'm I'm willing to do that into the mountain, guys.
Yeah, I guess I could go to Ruidoso.
Yeah.
But so we're going to take a little recon trip down there to see where the good place to have, because they want to also have a business after hours because it is their 51-year anniversary.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
And so we've got
based off my knowledge of the casino industry, set up your red coat for an evening on a Friday or Saturday night. The slots are going to be way looser when they're busy.
Well, I've already told them we try and do them on Thursday. But maybe the Redcoats could get Friday off and just spend the night. And
there you go. Make an extended stay ribbon cutting.
Yeah, boss, can I have that Friday off?
Right. I think we all need it off.
That's right.
But we've got we had a awesome business after hours on the 26th of March at Cattle Baron to celebrate their 50th anniversary.
Yeah.
And then we have
and that's kind of it's kind of matriculating with the Cattle Baron business, because I think like the Portales location just hit 50. It's like it's kind of like all right,
the whole organization.
Pasta Cafe's about to hit 50. I think. Yeah, it's all kind of coming around here.
Yeah. Right. The whole organization is 50 years old, so they're systematically doing their business after hours here in Roswell as well as in Ruidoso and Hobbs.
Yeah.
And so they've got a great team put together to make sure all of that happens.
Yeah.
And of course, with the Roswell restaurants here, I've been trying to do my best to help them out and get set up. But
I just had Farley's for lunch Saturday, matter of fact.
We have
not Cattle Baron, but I mean it's all the same.
We've already talked about the last Friday. We had the Tia Sophia's grand opening.
Mm-hmm.
The 16th is the next round of anniversary business after hours for the Cattle Baron.
Okay.
And that is going to be at the Pasta Cafe.
There it is.
At 1208 North Main Street. If anybody doesn't know where they're at, I can't imagine they don't know where they're at, but we're going to do that on the 16th.
They're right at the hill. Like as you're coming down the hill, they're at the top of the hill.
They're right there.
Exactly. And that'll be from 5:30 to 7.
Yeah.
So ribbon cutting will be about 6, and then we'll turn the floor over to them, and we'll conduct the rest of the business after. Have some door prizes. It's always phenomenal.
If you've never been to a business after hours before, first off, you should come out. They're really great networking and fun opportunities. But it's always a smart move to never miss the restaurant business after hours, because they always go they up the notch with the food. You know what I mean? They're known for pizza and pasta, man. I mean, come on. If you ain't eating good here, that's your own fault.
Right.
Well, we took over like half of the restaurant at Cattle Baron, and because they were still open for business for people to come in and just have dinner, but we basically took over the back half of the restaurant. Now for Pasta Cafe, we're basically going to take over the
get the whole deal.
We're going to take over the whole restaurant, and so it'll fill up fast. So please get there. Get there early. We open the doors at 5:30, and the red coats will greet you and give you your little coupon for your door prizes, and bring $1 and your business card with you, because the last drawing we have in the evening is that business card drawing, and whosever card we pull out, you need to still be there. Because we've had folks, we've pulled their card out in the past and they had already left.
Yeah, you got to be there for the finale.
But you not only get all of the cards that were in the basket, but you also get the dollars associated with those cards. So you can follow up and network after the business after hours.
Depending on what your business is and your position there. Like for instance, I remember years ago we had a business after hours when we moved into our radio station here and did all that, and they did. I ended up winning the pot because I just put $1 in, and I won and now for me it was the money, but I had a stack of business cards, and I'm like, I have salespeople here, so I got to. All right, what do you want? I got free lunches for a month because I had all the business cards.
Right,
salespeople, you want this?
Right,
I used it as collateral. That's right. It was currency over here.
As a red coat, like about 7 or 8 years ago, I did win that basket. So, but that was fun following.
Absolutely,
with all that.
but we do have a lot of fun with that, and each one's unique to the business of which we're hosting. Generally, they are the ones that provide door prizes and things. So some and obviously, some will cater it to what their business is. Others say, no, we're going the other direction with it. But each one's different. But I just can tell you, history dictates. If it's a restaurant or a food establishment, they go all out with the food. There's plenty to eat. Those are generally more party-like atmospheres, although I've been to a few bank ones, and they'll rival with you on some of the bank. I don't care what the bank is. They do it up pretty good, too.
I used to work at J.P. Stone, and they take a lot of pride in theirs, and I think that they want to do one in August.
There you go.
Yeah. They'll be celebrating somewhere around 100 and some odd
years.
I
hear Cattle Baron can cater it for you if you'd like.
There you go.
They haven't given me a date yet. We also have one from tentatively scheduled for First American Bank. They want to do the 18-year anniversary for the Berendo branch.
Okay.
So just haven't got the dates yet for those, and folks, we will keep you posted
teasers
on that.
Those on the ground.
Little teasers of what is to come.
Well, and this is something too. I'd throw out while we're talking here. Especially if you're already currently a chamber member and you've got a milestone or to be honest, you don't have to have a reason. Maybe it's just been a minute. You want to say, hey, it's been a minute. We want to just connect with people. Come see us.
Or they never actually had their ribbon cutting to begin with.
Maybe they didn't have it. It's kind of like
we've got members that...
you're the married couple that didn't have the proper wedding. You went to the Justice of the Peace, and 5 years later, you're like, we ought to do this upright.
Exactly.
Exactly.
And it doesn't have to be the 3, 5, 10, 15 year. We'll do... different odd years.
We can make it Dr. Seuss it's the 2.37.
Exactly.
The 2 and 2/3 anniversary of business, whatever. Yeah, it'd be great. We can do whatever, have fun with it, and again, reach out to the chamber. We'd be happy, and of course, if you're not a chamber member and you're thinking, I'd love to do this, come talk to us. And maybe, I almost went Boston on you. Come talk to us. Talk to us a little bit about, what those opportunities, and, maybe your business after hours will be a ribbon cutting for that first fund. And we'll bring the red coats out and come and share your business, and then maybe dovetail that into a business after hours. Whatever we do. So
exactly.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, if you have a ribbon cutting, right away after you sign up with the chamber, and then you start going to these business after hours, and you're like, hey, I think I'd like to do one of those business after hours.
Absolutely.
So then, and what I always tell everybody is, let's save you a couple bucks, because you're eventually probably going to want to have that business after hours. So let's consolidate the ribbon cutting with the business after hours, and that way you only come out of pocket for the big, ta-da moment one time as opposed to two times. But if you want to do it twice, we're more than happy to bring the red coats out twice to do it.
You know what they say, there's never enough publicity. You want to knock them out a couple times, that's
exactly.
all good too. So. But and then of course, if you're not a chamber member and you're looking, other than ribbon cuttings and things, what I would get out of that's where Gary and Brandon can really sit down with you and say, hey, and really that's where it depends on your business,
right?
Each business has different needs from the Chamber of Commerce. Where we think of a small mom and pop or one store, a small business, they probably are going to need more help with the logistical side of running a business, maybe help with marketing, helping with bookkeeping, those kinds of resources. Right. Whereas a larger business or a company that's maybe a corporation or Fortune 500 or a larger company, they're coming to town. They've already got that kind of infrastructure in place. They're looking to connect with the community. They're looking to plug in. Right. And so we can be that plug in to you and get you tied in. And whether, or if your business, maybe your business wants to be more community minded and say, I want to attach a nonprofit. Well, we can help that seal that deal for you as well too. So really, depending on where your business is trying to make its footprint in the community, we can customize to whatever you do. And that's where, if you're interested in being a chamber member, I invite you to, have Gary come visit or come into the chamber and have Brandon or Gary sit down and talk with you and say, all right, this is what we can do. This is how we looking based on this, or you tell me what you're looking for, and let me tell you what we can do to solve those problems.
Exactly. Let us customize your membership for you. But rolling along, we do have more ribbon cuttings.
Yeah, sorry,
that's fine. I don't mind getting sidetracked because a lot of good information gets put out, right? But on the 7th of May, we have a dedication of the Health Science Center expansion.
Okay.
Ribbon cutting out at 75 University Boulevard out at Eastern New Mexico University, Roswell.
Okay.
And I always get the two of them mixed up.
When you start saying Eastern.
Start doing the abbreviation there.
Your brain goes to muscle memory mode and just starts medical.
I used to work at Eastern, so that's hard grained into my mind. But and then 14 May at 5:30 to 7 p.m. we'll do the third of the business after hours for the Cattle Baron family at Farley's.
All right.
And so that's at 1315 North Main Street. And then we are bringing back the Lunch and Learns.
Very good.
So
back by demand.
So and please, these are the two that I'm getting ready to announce are free to the public.
Okay.
Specifically merchants,
which is actually unique to the Lunch and Learn. Usually it's like
$10 to members and $20 to non-members.
So not only are we having a Lunch and Learn, but we're having a free Lunch and Learn.
Yes, nice. the folks that are putting the Lunch and Learns on are sponsoring the food.
All right. Yes, it's not free, just free to you.
Right. So on the 12th of May from 11:30 to, and we have the food delivered about 11:15, and so folks can start showing up and making their plates, and then the presentation will start around 11:30, and including the question and answers are we ask them to have it all wrapped up by 12:45.
We want to get people back to work,
so that folks will be back to work by 1. So
we want to keep
a little bit of an extended lunch hour, but a lot of good information. Integrity Payments is sponsoring the 12 May, and that is discussing 401k and other human interest topics for merchants that are looking for more information on that.
So if you're a small business owner or business owner or organization that's looking...
Now, if you don't offer 401k and you're thinking of offering it, or you've thought about it, or if you do and would just want to, sharpen your pencil and see if you've got the best deal that you can afford, then that's the place to go find out about it.
Okay.
And then on the 21st of May, same times, 11:30 to 12:45, Simcoe/WHIP, and that is basically for merchants, because it's how to become a supplier for WHIP.
Okay.
And that's a government organization, and so they're
the WHIP
looking,
site in Carlsbad.
Yes, and they're down there then they're a remote member out of Carlsbad, and so we had to reschedule them because we didn't have folks signing up to come, and I told them let's reschedule because. Give us a chance to market
plug
it a little bit.
And,
plug it a
get
little
the word
bit
out
longer.
a little bit.
And so,
but it sounds like there's a lot of good information
yes.
there. If that's, if you're trying to get in with the WHIP and having a business that is I guess like a merchant or a contractor for them,
exactly.
kind of thing. Yeah, very good.
Keep those 2 dates in mind: the 12th of May and the 21st of May. Lunch and Learns at the Chamber of Commerce.
Absolutely. And all I know is that I know there's many a business that made their whole careers off government contracts.
Yes,
there is. So you might want to pay attention to that one. There
exactly.
But does that pretty much cover it for now?
That's everything that I have scheduled, but I have had a lot of calls and requests. I've sent out a lot of event request forms. So there are.
So the dance card's getting full. So if you want to get in on it, I'm just saying.
Don't wait.
Yeah. Gary's running out of dates. His his calendar's filling up. So
don't wait. And,
he's a very popular belle of the ball right now. So.
right.
Well, I'm happy to help. I feel that the chamber, the more we can help merchants become successful, the more successful Roswell becomes.
Well, and that's the connection. That's exactly what the chamber does. It's to connect the business, the community, to kind of be that synergy to allow businesses to grow, which allows the community to grow, which allows nonprofit to grow, which allows our neighbors to grow, which allows growth, better things. All the partnering with our other the EDC, other various agencies that are doing similar work around the region. We want to all kind of get on the same page on that kind of stuff. So that's what we do. So and really at the chamber, it really do. We work at that that level, whether you're especially with small, we love working with those small mom because we get it. Your passion is your product, and sometimes your lack of knowledge base is the business side, the running of the business. And unfortunately, so many small businesses may have the best product in the planet, but if you can't market it right or sell it right or run a business correctly, then it goes, same thing with restaurants. There's a reason why 90% of restaurants fail in the first year. It's because they have a passion for cooking, but do they have a passion to run a business? They have a passion to do it 24/7. Do they have a passion to do that? And so we at the chamber can help navigate through some of that stuff, and how to, if you don't want to be there 24/7, then we got to figure out a plan that you have employees. right. But let the chamber say, all right, well, let's help you find resources to manage those types of things.
Absolutely. I mean, typically have somebody in our tool belt that can help you, get along until you can, make up your own sequence of events to make it work right.
Absolutely. So please contact the chamber, come by, call. Go to our website, whatever we can do. Check out our on social media. Facebook is and Instagram.
And LinkedIn.
And LinkedIn, yes. I always forget about LinkedIn because I'm so unprofessional that I don't have a LinkedIn page because I'm a dumb DJ. I mean, come on.
I like to spread the algorithm out.
I got a suit for when people die and when people get married. That's
because your photo from your ribbon cutting goes out in so many different directions, and then after I bring your photo board back to you in a frame and everything, I have somebody take a picture of me presenting it to you, and then I post it on the LinkedIn sites for both my LinkedIn site and the Chamber LinkedIn site. So that kind of spreads the algorithm out a little bit further, gets you a little bit more marketing.
It's very free, cheap marketing. It's get out there, and a lot of eyeballs with you spending $0, and that's the best equation a business can have.
Right. So if you're curious and don't know the number, the landline is 575-623-5695 for the chamber. My membership cell phone is 575-626-4008. So if you get the voicemail on the landline, the 5695 line, please call my cell phone because there's only two of us, so we can't always be there to answer that phone. But we are out in the community working for you and trying to make things better for you. So
we haven't shown Gary and Brandon we got a. Y'all remember that Harry Potter clock from the movie? We have one in the back, but we haven't shown them those guys at that clock yet. So till then, they got to figure it out this way.
Yeah. Multiple places.
And if you come by the chamber and you see the close sign on, generally we put a sign right below that with our contact, our cell number.
Sure.
So just give us a call. We're somewhere close by that we can get back there and come see what you need and how we can help you.
Literally. I mean, one time I was running there. I was coming in there. Gary running up. Hold on. He's putting his hat on. I'm just kidding.
Yep.
I'll be right there.
And Brandon, I feel like I've kind of taken up all the time, but tell us about yourself. What brings you to the chamber?
Yeah, man, I don't know. There's a little bit of everything. I'm the president of my own nonprofit with Not of This World Flag Football. We put on the Memorial Day flag football event, which kind of brings me up. I guess I need to do a ribbon cutting for that.
Yeah,
it's our fifth year.
Exactly.
And so it's a big year for us. It's grown every year since we've brought flag football back to Roswell. And so, the program director for Leadership Roswell. So I've went through the class in 2024.
Sure.
They say is the best class ever. I think I've even seen somebody from 2025 say that the best class ever was 2024. So we'll go with that.
Wow.
But
man, they're already bullying on to that class.
Yeah. So was elected president of my class, so I got to go through the next class again. And then Mr. Rick asked if I would stay on as program director. So it was a huge honor. In this year's class, they kind of been on the downside of things. They couldn't go to Santa Fe because of the snow, and then with the government expanding and stuff, FLETC kind of did their thing with them. So we ended up rescheduling Santa Fe, and they actually just went. So that was a very, very cool experience for them.
Better late than never on that one. But
right.
At least they got to go, because unfortunately during those COVID years, some of those classes didn't even get to go. Unfortunately, we did go Ruidoso during those years, and so they got a trip, but I mean, it's not the Roundhouse.
Right, yeah, not the Roundhouse. That's a pretty cool little building if you've never been.
It's an amazing
You can't
building.
get lost.
Yeah, exactly.
Just keep walking.
When you give directions, it's in the corner.
In the corner. But this year's class, they'll all graduate in April. So at the end of this month, they'll all graduate. So
good deal.
Yeah.
Well, welcome aboard, and
Thank you.
And of course, like we said, with this, we're looking for bigger and better things here, and so please come visit us at the chamber. We are, and that's another thing too. As we go and evolve and more things, that will evolve too. The events and things, and what we as a community champion and partner and kind of things like that. Right. So please reach out to the chamber. Come talk to these guys. Let's see what we can do to make your event and our community better. So
that's right.
Yeah. And so welcome aboard.
Thank you.
He's got a big pile of stuff.
Thank you for having me. Yeah.
Good deal. Well, guys, as always, appreciate it. And like we said, folks, come by the chamber, call, visit us online, whatever. Come reach out, and certainly come out to our ribbon cuttings and events here. There's pretty much everything going on every week now. There's something going on.
Exactly.
And if you don't get our Friday email blast, call us, reach out. We can get you on our email list. That way you get the blast every Friday, kind of as a reminder about all these events and stuff Gary just talked about for the last few minutes here. So
yeah.
Yes, because I do ask Brandon to put all these Red Coat events at the top of the newsletter. Mm-hmm. So that'll be the first thing that you see, everything that the Red Coats are doing and the new members and the photos from the ribbon cuttings and business after hours. So
and there's so much. I mean, that email seems like it's just growing and
I
growing.
was going to say, if you get to the bottom, there's a lot there. I'm just
you actually have to click on see rest of message, because we've got so much going on.
But it's kind of like kids will never know this reference, but it's kind of like a yellow pages of the week's events coming up ahead.
Exactly. Right. Yeah. Yellow pages. What's that?
There's plenty going on in this town. Just gotta find the right people to let you know what it is.
There it is. Good deal. Well, thank you guys, and we'll see you here next time. It is 9:52. Let us pause for news, Hannity update, sports, and a quick break before they kick me off the radio. Don't go away. You're listening to Mornings with Mike Winters.
With SRN News, I'm Rich Thomason in Washington. President Trump is applauding the 2-week U.S.-Iran ceasefire, although it apparently has yet to fully take effect. On a visit to Hungary, Vice President Vance says that dealing with the Iranians can be quite complicated, to say the least. Israel says the ceasefire will not keep it from striking Hezbollah targets in Lebanon. Word of the truce has sent global stock markets sharply higher, Wall Street sharply higher as well. Oil prices have tumbled, dropping below $100 per barrel. Republican Clay Fuller has won Marjorie Taylor Greene's former U.S. House seat in Georgia. Fuller's special election victory bolsters a slim GOP majority in the House. Watching Wall Street, the Dow is up 1,071 points. The Nasdaq ahead 563 points. More details at srnnews.com.
Your morning cup of Sean. This is the Sean Hannity Morning Minute.
President Trump's promise to target Iran's energy sites and bridges and key infrastructure, that is not a war crime. And enemy combatants' fuel and power sources that support its military capabilities, often delivered across bridges, are permissible under the common rules of war, meaning Iran's bridges, their power plants, their oil installations. They have civilian purposes, but they also have military purposes. So that does not render it a war crime. It would be akin in many ways to collateral damage.
The conservative underground meets later today on the Sean Hannity Show.
Hey, look to my most trusted source, Sig Sauer, for your personal and family safety plan. Now, they have a 270-year history of precision, craftsmanship, quality, reliability. Now, Sig Sauer is the choice of the U.S. military, and it's the best in the world. It's made right here in New Hampshire, and the Sig Sauer P365. It is the most popular, best-selling concealed carry pistol on the market today. Again, the one I carry every day. Now, it's frequently cited as the top-selling, high-capacity, micro-compact pistol, consistently ranking ahead of competitors. And I can tell you firsthand, the P365, it's an amazing firearm. Now, we are a Sig Sauer family here. Sweet baby James, he has several Sig Sauer firearms. Even Linda owns the P365 Rose Special Edition. Remember, there's only one manufacturer who's innovating, the only one you should buy from, Sig Sauer. Buy American, made in New Hampshire, sigsauer.com. Just go to sigsauer.com/Hannity. You will get a discount, and you'll find the dealer near you.
It's time for the Chavez County Sports Report. We're in the district schedule for Dexter and NMMI. And in baseball, I guess East Mountain is pretty tough. NMMI took on, hosted East Mountain yesterday, which came in 13-1 on the season, and East Mountain came away with a 10-0 victory. Meanwhile, Dexter, playing in Albuquerque against Bosque School, comes close but loses 8-7 to the Bobcats. In softball action, it was Dexter taking on Lovington in a doubleheader at home, and this is a tough opponent. Lovington's always pretty tough. Dexter's always pretty tough too. They win the first game 3-2, but then Lovington comes back and wins a wild one in the second one, 11-9. Dexter is now 10-3 so far on the season. The Sports Report brought to you by DSI. Call DSI for all your office technology needs. I'm Eric Butler at Roswell Talk FM 106.5.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. A little bit breezy today. We have high pressure over the area, sunshine, and we're going up to about 80. Overnight will be clear with upper 40s, and then mostly sunny Thursday, at least in the morning. We do have a very slight chance of an afternoon shower. Mid-80s on the high, a little bit better chance of rain coming in on Friday, scattered showers, and low 80s. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton, and that's your latest forecast.
With the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Rich Thomason. Wall Street is surging as oil prices plunge below $100 after the U.S. and Iran agreed to a 2-week ceasefire that includes a reopening of the Strait of Hormuz. Benchmark U.S. crude sank $18.43 to $94.52 per barrel, a nearly 16% decline. Brent crude, the international standard, dropped $15.54 to $93.73. Major U.S. airline stocks soared on the steep drop in oil prices. Delta and United jumped more than 12% pre-market, while American rose 10%. Delta Airlines is joining a growing list of U.S. carriers raising checked bag fees. The move comes as higher fuel costs ripple through the airline industry. Jet fuel is the second highest expense for airlines after labor costs. For the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Rich Thomason.
Innovation, service, integrity, and knowledge. J.S. Ward and Son Insurance Agency. Auto and home, life and health, personal and commercial. Bonds too, since 1925, we have the coverage for you. Innovation, service, integrity, and knowledge. J.S. Ward and Son Insurance Agency.
Looking for a proven solution for facial wrinkles and the loss of facial firmness? At Care Valley Dental, we offer expert Botox treatment designed to soften fine lines, smooth wrinkles, and create that refreshed look that you want. Hi, this is Dr. Sarah Usher, and as facial professionals, we are the true experts with advanced training and precision you expect. You owe it to yourself to experience why Care Valley Dental is the expert in Botox treatment.
Come see the team at Care Valley Dental at the corner of 9th and Main in Roswell, or call 575-622-4455.
At Richland Motors, it's never been easier to sell or trade your current car, truck, or SUV for a newer model to hit the road in. Even if you don't purchase from Richland, they want to buy your vehicle for top dollar. But if you do buy from Richland, don't forget, they're the home of the powertrain warranty for life. That's a whole lot of confidence for you. See Richland for details. 2nd and Sycamore and 1309 Southeast Main.
Your home for Armed American Radio in Roswell. 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM. KEND, Roswell, New Mexico.